Good evening, everybody, on this lovely Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to episode 4 of Blood and Silver here on Hard Knock Dice, our Wednesday campaign, which is why we're here on Wednesday. Before we get too much further into this, if someone wants to go ahead and drop the link into the Extra Life charity, which is a charity we are always raising money for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, previously incorrectly stated by certain individuals as the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. So yeah, give that a click, give it a look. Help out kids, pretty much always a good thing. Quick recap before we get too much further into this, which I did type up, so I'm going to read that off for you guys because I have a terrible memory. Our potential heroes agreed to help facilitate the revolution of the natives of Griffin City against the encroaching subjugation of neighboring powers that have taken control of the city for economic gain. After being given quarters in an abandoned theater in the entertainment district of the great city, they set out on their first mission to rescue the master strategist that has been taken prisoner and is being deported for execution to Altus. Gathering highly detailed information thanks to some brilliant luck and also rolls and planning, they are now heading to cut off the prison caravan. I completely lost my place on that. They've taken up the guise of traveling merchants and made their way south ahead of their prey, deciding to set an ambush at the bridge just ahead of the caravan's destination. And here we find them just 4 hours before the caravan is set to arrive. So party, you have arrived. What do you do? Now we are past the reading a block of text portion. I believe I have given incorrect information last time. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way before we get any further. The only dimension of the bridge that I was off on is the bridge is closer to 100 feet long, not 40 feet long. So it is.
That is a much wider river.
Yes. I was I was like trying to go over that information in my head. I didn't have the information up. And 40 feet sounded about right. I was just so incredibly off on that.
Okay, 100 feet. That's a big bitch.
In hindsight, I should have realized it because, like, a 15 to 20 foot wide bridge by 40 feet is barely a fucking rectangle. So that should have been my first key.
Right. Well, that's actually a lot better because, if the bridge was 40 feet wide, then they would just, like, fall in a knee-deep puddle. Or something like that.
Well, it was gonna be like a ravine almost because I had said it was like 10 feet deep. So anyway, but it's 10 feet deep at its widest point, but it is about 100 feet wide, give or take, with a fair bit of slope there on the front end.
So we gotta drop them like in the middle.
Yeah.
That does, however, if we drop them in the middle, that's a whole lot more bridge we gotta cover on the way back across.
Which actually, I'm going to see, here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I am going to hide all of these here.
Oh, hell yeah.
These dudes.
Map.
And I'm going to take a quick screenshot for you guys and just drop it in chat for you guys to see. I just want you to have a general idea of what you're looking at.
Okay.
But while I do that, what are y'all doing as y'all have?
Well, looking at this sizable bridge, just so how are we going to? Because it's too full. And but both just in general and at the collect time. Looking at Roderick.
Well, I guess I need to see what type of supports it has.
Wasn't it stone sports?
Yeah, not pictured in Tailspire because I'm lazy, but yes, there are stone struts. If you look at the picture that I have posted, there are two on either side, kind of like at equal intervals, and then stone struts on the shore. Stone struts not pictured because I have lifted another talented individual's efforts for Tailspire, and they did not include stone struts.
Oh, okay. So that has 4 supports total?
6 total, 8 total, because there's 2 on either side anchoring it. So 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side anchoring it, and then 2 on the left and 2 on the right.
In the closer to the middle.
Yeah.
That's a lot of support.
There's a lot of supports.
How big are these supports though?
Not big.
Not big.
It's not a huge bridge, all things considered.
Okay.
I guess my as Seraphina is looking at this bridge, is there a way to manipulate not so much the supports, but actually the middle, right? Like
just like the bridge itself.
Like the bridge itself, like create instability in that center bit, because it doesn't matter if the bridge completely falls down. What we need to happen is them to, at least the first car, like the first cart with the prisoner, to like, manipulate out, right? Like that's
right. Yeah, we're just hoping to drop as many of the guard contingent as possible into the water.
Right.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, it's, I don't know, I'm trying to think of bridge structure, like the big wooden bases and then the planks going across, with the base portions being held up by those stone supports. So, the struts, I think. Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
Well, I can make an area on the bridge once they get there that distracts them for a little bit. It may not work on everybody, but it may get a few of them to stay in that one area while Roderick breaks the bridge.
How much time would you? Oh wow, wrong accent. How much time do you require, Roderick, to cause the bridge to fall?
Well, I mean, it depends on a few things. If you want to be sneaky about it, probably not smacking it with a hammer is going to be too good. But that dome thing's pretty sturdy that you were using this morning, right?
I look at all of you and go, what if I weakened it? Like I weakened it so that if Roderick hit it at the precise moment we needed with some fire, that it's already weakened to a point that it then collapses.
I mean, these beams aren't too big of a deal. I mean, I could knock one of these out, but it's a matter of, wanting them all to collapse at the same time.
Right. So we need to damage them or weaken them enough that all they need is a little push.
Right.
So, party, I think I know the answer, but, we do have that wild card now, so I have to ask, are we going to do high or low for something real quick?
Always high?
Question, have you rolled it already?
Nope. Dice in hand.
Just trying to read your poker face.
Because you have a terrible poker face, because that's how I caught it the last time.
Oh.
She's mind game.
I've not rolled yet.
Okay. I'll defer to y'all. That's
holy shit.
Let's call it high. Let's go. Yeah. We're gonna go high since that's all y'all do.
This is the church of high.
All right. Proceed.
Cool.
Ominous.
I dislike that.
It's like, they have amphibious horses. Sorry.
They're seahorses.
They're seahorses.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the first thing we could do is just see how sturdy this bridge is and just knock out one of the beams and see how well it holds up. I mean, it's got 8 of them. It should be fine without one.
if one of them is already gone, would they not see it or be likely to see it on their approach?
Is the road approaching this bridge?
It's pretty clear now. There is a fair amount of tree cover kind of scattered away from the roadway, but the roadway itself, as you can see in the picture I showed you, is about 20 feet across. It's pretty wide, and the tree cover has, for the most part, been cleared away in the immediate vicinity of the road.
Okay, so like, is it curving towards this bridge, or is it like down a straight road?
It's more or less straight. They're, curves with the lay of the land, but they're pretty broad sweeping curves, not like
right.
no
So
sharp
unless
button hooks or anything.
unless someone was a decent distance off of the road, they wouldn't see it directly. See that there were supports missing underneath is what I'm asking.
Underneath, no.
Right.
Okay. You can see the bridge from several hundred feet away.
Right.
If that's what you were getting at, but the approach would not show under the bridge.
Cool.
So if that is the case, then yes, we could go ahead and at least fully remove one of them if it will stay stealthy enough for them to get to it, with one fully removed, and just weaken the other, and then that makes it so much easier.
Well, I mean,
it could be a pretty strong bridge, I'd say we just take out one, see what it's looking like, and then I've got a plane we might be able to use with that dome thing.
Yep.
So, if I remember correctly, the supply cart is behind the prison cart. So when exactly during their traveling are you trying to dump the bridge? Like, are you trying to dump the prison cart into the river?
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Well, but we talked
if
about.
we dump the prison cart into the river, it'll be fine. I don't breathe. I can get in there, get him out.
But he bleeds.
Right, but I'll get him out quick. I'll tell him to hold his breath. Right, I'll yell.
I just don't want y'all to get blindsided because y'all did have access to that information.
Yeah. We also have, I look to Gaia, we also have that useful spell that you mentioned to bring somebody out of the space.
This is true.
Also, go ahead.
I can make. I know Roderick just said he does not need to breathe underwater, but I can make all of us be able to breathe underwater. Unfortunately, I cannot make it happen very quickly. At least today.
How long would we be able to breathe underwater for?
Last I haven't really checked that. It was a very long time. At least one moon I've seen.
It would last for a while.
For a while, yes.
A while. Regardless. So if it lasts for a while, it does. As if you could cast it ahead of time, perhaps. Good to do this thing.
I could cast it now. It would take about 10 minutes.
Okay, it lasts long enough that it will still be in effect 4 hours from now.
Yes. Yes. It should be good until about the same time, I think. Tomorrow.
Oh. They're very long times then. So, okay, that is a good idea. We can do that. And if that is the case, then we could very, very well drop it, get him out immediately. Especially with Gaia, you said you have the teleportation spells that you can do.
Yes.
Immediately get him onto dry land, and the rest of us just swim away, while they are busy freaking out and trying to stop drowning.
That is true, but what if they go after him?
Well, I mean, wait, don't you have to see him to use it, like magic and stuff? What if there ain't no windows on the cart?
Then you will break the cut, I suppose. I mean, we have to get into it one way or the other. We either need to be able to see him, or we're going to have to open the door.
All right.
This is an option, I suppose. It is either that, or don't drop the entire cart into the water, and just try to drop as many of the people guarding the carts into
One of
the
them
water.
blokes uses magic, right?
Yes.
Personally.
All right. So he's gonna be on the car with the fellas in.
Correct me if I'm wrong, DM. As far as we know, we don't know if the Knight of the Circle of Eternity use any magic. We just know that they are infamous for hunting magic users.
Yes. Actually, there is a multitude of conflicting and very glamorous sounding rumors about how they do that. So there's no real way to know.
So they could have magic of their own, or they could just be particularly resistant to magic's effects. We're not sure.
Yeah. How are y'all arranged as y'all are having this conversation, by the way?
Well, Roderick wanted to check out the bridge, right?
Yeah, I assumed
So y'all- are y'all like at the edge of the
we're
bridge?
walking onto the bridge to like.
I would
at
say
it.
Roger would probably be slightly down the incline, kind of like surveying the process that would need to be had.
Gotcha. So you're kind of like ankle deep in the water, looking at the supports and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. This bridge is not like a super high amount over the water. The bridge is only like another. There's probably a 5-foot space between the water surface and the bottom of the bridge. As you're surveying the supports, looking at their structure, and you guys are up on top of the bridge, kind of looking at things, you see coming from the Alton side something that over the next 30 seconds or so reveals itself to be what seems like a small one-horse cart.
Good thing
Is
we
that
have
the
broken
cart?
the bridge.
Can't. How much time do we have?
Now, before you go any further, because of the fact that it is broad daylight and straight away, you can probably both see each other fairly clearly, even if you can't see details. You have probably several minutes before they actually arrive to the bridge, because it is such a straightaway.
Well, I'm
At
not
the cart-
going.
Is Roderick? Oh God.
I'll just get under the bridge. It'll be fine.
I'm more concerned about Roderick and Gaia, who are very clearly different, versus Apollinaire and myself, who look like people.
Wow.
And no, I'm so.
Well, Roderick already said he just slips under the bridge, so
I know.
just kind of.
Yeah, so Roderick's going under the bridge.
There's probably some mild bubbling as I kind of like try to wiggle up out of the water a little bit.
And before you panic, don't forget, like, part of Gaia's whole thing is changelings look like human children at first glance.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Okay.
Gaia will, seeing Seraphina's kind of unease, be like, "Oh, I can," and she'll shove her tail kind of into her clothes, and then shut her eyes, and kind of huddle behind Seraphina.
Yeah, I think I look over at Apollinaire and say, let's just pretend that we're taking a break, a rest, before we get to Emil's run, shall we?
Travels, of course, yes.
And I start like sort of fussing with like my bag and like making like tea or something, or like make like a snack. I'm just.
And you know what? This makes a lot of sense because there are only 2 horses that we have. So you know what? It works.
There are 2 horses.
There are only 2 horses.
And
Okay,
if
so
we
you guys-
if we tuck Gaia in to make it look like our child, like your grandchild, my child is taking a nap. Great, like
Easy. Easy.
A family outing.
Yeah.
Adventures.
Just for fun, all of you just roll a general charisma check to fly casual while you're
just general, just D20 plus charisma.
Yeah, deception if you have it. I forgot.
You're very
I'm
kind.
used to actually having people with that.
Ooh, can I just do the general charisma?
Dirty 20.
I mean, it's the same.
For lying
it's not
casually.
It's not the same for me.
Casual.
Mine's a 15.
Okay.
23.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's see. 8.
Stupid kid. Whack.
Take a nap.
As all are in the process of being a happy family there at the foot of the bridge, you see what looks like a very small-time merchant with a single guard. They're both sitting in the same. They're both sitting up there on the driver's seat. The guard kind of like side eyes y'all, but doesn't say anything. They just kind of ride. The merchant doesn't even react. He's just kind of like evening or afternoon.
Good day.
And trot along.
Like nice people.
You just hear as they're going away. You hear the guards say together, "What a weird ass kid."
Just in case the merchant turns around, just gonna use my cane to like retuck Gaia's tail, just like swoop. Are they gone?
They don't. No one turns around. It's all.
All right, back to sabotage.
Okay.
Roderick, are you good down there?
Burble. See, like it's one of those like old Disney cartoons. There's like a reed poking up out of the water. I don't know. I'm just joking.
Oh god.
Still on fire. Half submerged in water.
There's a section of water that's just steaming gently.
Yeah.
Just because I know he doesn't want us to, I just want to call out our production team real quick is trying to convince us to be murder hobos. I just want everybody to be aware of
We
that
have a home,
real
okay?
quick.
We have a home now. We live in a
It's
theater.
just murder. It's just murder now.
They're
It's
just
murderers.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway.
To put us back on the rails here, Seraphina's gonna slide down to meet
Thank you, sir.
Roderick underneath, and start going like and asking, like, Roderick, remember that spell I did in the theater where I blew up a bunch of seats?
Yeah, all right.
I think that I can use it on this bridge to weaken it in a couple places, so that when we are ready to, rescue this guy, you can put a well-placed blow to like finish it off, in addition to whatever else you're going to be doing now.
So you want to like blow up the bridge?
Well, I don't think that what I am going to do is strong enough to destroy it right now. I think that I can weaken it to a point that one good blow at a time, like the necessary time, will cause it to either fracture or like a big hole happens in the middle of it. But this is kind of, you're the fix-it guy, and so I'm assuming that you could take a look-see here.
All right. I'm gonna hit this one with a hammer until it's almost broken, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Wonderful.
I will proceed to beat the shit out of a support.
Which support?
One of the middle supports to a side. So there are 8 supports, 4 on either side, and 2 of them are practically like in the dirt. So
yeah, the far left and far right on either side are like mounted in the ground.
On numbering them 1 to 8, 1 being the side that they are going to be approaching from, I will take out number 3.
Okay. So in the picture that I sent you, they will be approaching from the right, which is where y'all currently are.
Okay.
So the third bottom left. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, in this case it would be the third one from. We're coming from the right. They're coming from the right. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're coming from the right, then it would be the third one from the right. Yeah.
So basically on the other side of the bridge.
No. The
Just
same side that
confirming.
they're coming on. The side that they're approaching from, because we
Okay.
want that to be collapsed in for
Gotcha.
them to.
So the one on the side they're coming from, that's in the water.
Right.
So not the one I circled in that picture then.
Oh, let me see. No.
The one immediately to the right of
One
that.
more to the right.
Oh, okay. I vastly misunderstood how these
That's what I was
supports
wondering.
work.
I was like,
Okay.
I was trying to.
In that case, the one to the right of it on the same side. So
Yeah, okay.
if-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was. Okay, cool. Got it. So you're trying to partially but not entirely destroy it, but you want to weaken it enough to where Seraphina can destroy it, or where to the weight of a horse would disrupt it.
Seraphina could destroy it with that explosive spell that I am remembering correctly, right? You use Soundburst, right?
I use shatter.
Shatter. Yeah, well, okay.
Soundburst in
same
5e.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Same
all the
thing.
same. Like it explodes things with sound.
So
So make me a. Trying to think that you could do just an attack roll, which would be less precise, or if you have, I think it's Mason's tool proficiency, I would let you make a toolkit check, which would be a bit more precise.
I don't particularly have Mason tool proficiency, but
proficiency.
Mason proficiency. Well, if it's fire, yeah. Let me see this. check.
God.
Guidance.
It's not mace.
Oh hell yeah! Give me the guidance. Well, that's a 3 on the dice. So let's see what
He
the attack
misses the
bonuses are. So bonuses to attack. So I got a D4 to that. Oh, fuck, a 1. So an 11 total.
You muted, DM.
I was just repeating him. Luckily, nothing was missed. I just said 11.
Nice.
So you feel like you might have underdamaged it, but you're not sure because it's very close. Now you may choose to try again, but you risk just fucking destroying it. if
I'm
you
gonna
do.
give it another leg. If we break it, it'll just come down easier.
Some other random merchant's gonna come across the bridge and is just gonna whoosh. Well,
I mean, if we break it, I can always put the sign up, a little magical sign, bridge closed.
Go other way.
guy,
Wait,
We
what's
want
that
them to
second
go on the
attack?
bridge though. Second attack
On
is
the
a
other side.
natural 20.
oh
No!
my god, it's broke. Boom!
No, this was an attack roll for power. This was an attack roll for precision.
Oh,
So you feel like
nice. Good job.
it is sturdy until it isn't.
I'm doing one of those. Okay.
It's like having to hammer in one last pebble, just there you go.
All right, this was good. This was real good. All right.
Like, important clarification. Do we want to break it from a distance using Seraphina's magic?
Well, I mean,
Or do we want to be below the bridge?
if this bloke might fall in the water, I should probably be below the bridge. Right.
So should I.
No, you can hide in the reeds or something. That'll be fine.
Well, I need to be able to see him to be able to get him away.
Right. Okay.
Close by, but not necessarily in the water.
Right.
Another question is, are you only going to do one of the supports? Or are you going to do more of the supports?
We're gonna do the other one.
Is the bridge is 10 feet wide?
No. It is between 15 and 20 feet wide. It is, for the purposes of the battle map, it is 20 feet wide. I went back and double checked on the VOD just to make sure I wasn't being an asshole, and I said approximately 15 feet wide.
So that's like from edge to edge of the bridge. How close together are the supports?
About the same. The supports are only about a foot.
I'm gonna say, what's the AoE on Shatter?
It is a range of 60 feet, 10-foot radius sphere centering on that point.
So that's 20 foot across, so it can hit both.
Right in the middle.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
That was my concern. I was like, oh
Sorry.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
As long as it can hit both, then we can leave them both up, just damaged, and you can blow them bitches up.
Yeah.
I like.
So you're going to do the other as well? The one across from it directly?
Yeah.
We might as well.
Attack roll 2, electric boogaloo.
22.
And just to be safe, you might want to be sure that your spell also hits the wood of the bridge itself, so that their weight will make sure it collapses. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it should.
I mean,
This is a pretty.
I think you
sturdy
have
bridge.
to be able to hit
But,
both sports anyway.
You know, I'll just be on the other side, and if the shadow doesn't work, just for good measure, I'll have the hammer ready to smack the shit out of the other one. So it'll, 4 out. If they're in the middle, they're bound to collapse.
So you're going to be under the bridge, but closer to the far side.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I'll be under the bridge since we're doing the two right next to each other, kind of in the middle on the approaching side.
Right.
I'll be on the far side under the bridge, and whenever the shatter goes off, if the whole bridge doesn't collapse, I'll be there to pick up the spare, as it were.
So you'll be on the far side, so that if it doesn't collapse, you can start hammering at the supports
Right.
on that side. Okay.
Right.
DM, I know you said he wasn't. Were those attack rolls? That was multiple attacks being covered by a single dice roll, or was it just one attack?
I used an attack roll, but it was him probably taking a solid minute per to try and hammer it out and create some weak spots and all that.
okay.
So if they get to the bridge and it doesn't collapse after she casts Shatter, you're not gonna have time to sit there and break.
Well, I'll
the
go ahead and
supports on
weaken the
other
other
side.
two. Yeah, I'll go ahead and weaken the other two as a
Just
smaller,
weaken them all?
like maybe a little bit of a lesser amount.
Give me a 2 more.
Give me a 2 more. That's a 17. And okay, well, wow, 25.
All right. You're
Just
pretty
get all
sure
your good
one will
rolls
go
out
down,
now.
and one of them for a fact will go down when you want it to go down.
All right. It may be best if Gaia, if you go ahead and cast water blazing spell just in case. If nothing else, it is another route that we may retreat.
Are you planning to be as a group on the far side or on the approaching side, waiting for them to pass?
Just sitting there whistling.
I'm going to be under the bridge.
Yeah, he'll be under the bridge. He's hidden. Gaia can cast invisibility on herself.
This is going to be in the middle of the day that this happens, right?
It'll be closer to late afternoon. It'll probably 6 p.m., so early dusk.
Okay.
I mean,
so it wouldn't be outright noticeable that there is a very bright, maybe not a very, but a glow somewhere underneath the bridge.
How far is Emil's run on the other side? Like, how far past the bridge is Emil's run?
Another couple hours.
Another couple hours?
Because they were going to be getting there late evening.
Okay, if both Logic and Gaia are hidden, Logic underneath and Gaia either hiding down closer to the water or invisible, you and I could do something similar to what we just did with that guard. We set up what, like, a little bit of a camp.
Mm-hmm.
We are coming from a meals run. We are camping here for the evening. Seems so, like, plausible. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's. I look at you and just say yeah.
We will. I mean, how out of the ordinary could it be?
DM, how much foliage is around this bridge in the water? It seems like there's in these pictures. It seems like there's quite a bit of like reeds and stuff like that. Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty like shallow riverside stuff. You know, reeds, lilies. It is a slope into the water, so it's not just like, drop off. It's,
I've got a pretty good perception check, but not really much for survival. Would it be okay for me to sort of go back and apply an appropriate amount of, I guess, covering my tracks from treading this water with the lilies and stuff in it so that it looks like, I guess, that area of the water is more clear, just under the bridge?
Sure. Yeah. As y'all are doing this, y'all are probably about burned on half an hour between discussions and knocking out supports, and now covering your tracks.
And casting water walk.
And or water walk or water breathing?
Breathing. Yeah, water walk. You can breathe underwater with water walk.
Hey man, we've determined this in other campaigns. The target of water walk can dismiss it on themselves at will. I want to be in the water now. Okay. So, just clarify. Current plan. Roderick is underneath the bridge just in case Shatter does not successfully break the pillars or cause the entire bridge to collapse when they're on it. Gaia is in the reeds, or is going to be hiding in the reeds to be able to get to the prisoner as quickly as possible to try to bamf him out. Okay. Seraphine and Apollinaire are going to be in a camp near the bridge, near the side of the bridge that they're going to be coming from, to leap into action as shit goes down.
Correct. And I am thinking about this just for the sake of, since we have the time, should we wait before I cast Shatter for both the prison cart and the supply cart to be on the bridge, because then that's and all of the subsequent people and all the things, because then that's maximum weight. And then also if I aim towards the middle posts first, that would have the prison cart go down first, and then if we need to, we can then also hit the posts closest to our side of the bridge that we're going to be posted up at. Does that am I making sense?
So you're saying hit the far side first, and then if necessary hit the side closest to us to drop the rest of them in.
Right, because I'm just thinking, because it's a lot of people. It is 24 mounted men. Right. 6 of them are marksmen, and the rest of them have spears. So it's the less soldiers, guards that we have to deal with, the better, because I would say let's streamline this a little bit. Production crew, could you go ahead and, as soon as they get Tailspire launched, summon them? I have hidden everything that y'all don't need to see, so y'all can go ahead and place yourselves where you want to be. Hopefully y'all can also see the area a little bit more. Yeah. And what is not pictured here is it shows trees. There is about
10 to 15 feet away from the road on either side is like underbrush and stuff, like, knee-high shrubbery. You've all been to like forests and such, so.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that really brings this, I think, the most important thing to clarify on this entire plan is, do we want to drop the prison cart in the water? Yes or no?
Yes.
I mean, I think we have to.
I mean, you just tell me I'm gonna hit this other one whenever that thing shatters, and hopefully it all works out. The second one, the one this direction, is the one that might have to bash open.
Have we gotten a clear description of what our prisoner looks like?
None.
Love it.
Amazing. Okay.
Oh, he is a he. There you go.
We know that this is dude.
If
He looks like a guy.
What if there's like 15 prisoners in this motherfucker?
God, that would just.
Which one of you is important?
Don't do this to me.
Hope you can all swim.
I already
Alright.
have heartburn thinking about this.
Whoever survives this fireball is getting home safe.
One of you's gonna lead a revolution. I don't care which one it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
if we drop all of them into the water, I may have a difficult time telling who is who.
Oh, but you.
I'll be
We
on
just have to
fire.
get whoever is that prison cart. We identify the prison cart, and that is the one you would have to be in.
And Gaia will kind of like swish her hand around in the water with some of the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
If they start doing this, it's going to make the water cloudy and it may make it hard to see.
You said
Hopefully,
it's like 10 foot deep, right? So
Right.
I imagine if the cart falls
The cart
in there,
should-
depending on the
yeah.
side of this wagon, part of it's still going to be visible, unless these are like rapids that we're
Yeah.
going on.
also, it shouldn't immediately sink straight all the way down. It should hit the water and do that thing where it kind of goes. Woo, woo, woo.
Well, depending
There may
on
be
how
some
deep it is,
visibility issues, but
because it could hit the water. Depending on the current, it might shift it a little bit downstream, or depending on how quickly it falls, or how the horses might pull it, or how much in motion it is. There's a whole bunch of factors. The cart itself could crash onto rocks below, depending on its weight.
Right.
Who knows?
it is a very slow-moving portion of the river.
Cool.
I mean, at the very least, I think perhaps it being a little bit more difficult to locate the individual will be
Does
less
everyone
of
have-
a.
Go
What was
ahead.
that? As you say, that will probably put us less at risk than having to confront everyone in the caravan.
I was just going to check to see, does everyone have control over your models and Tailspire?
Oh.
No.
I have no idea where my model is.
Yep, right there. God's flashlight.
Where's
Whoops!
God's
I
flashlight?
actually
Oh,
did
there it
not
is.
join
Nope.
the session.
I do not,
I don't.
because I don't even see any models. So that means
Yeah, I don't
Fog
see
of
my-
War is in effect.
You
Alright.
probably, if you maybe you hid everybody, including us.
I did not hide you guys.
It
I
would
know.
still show in our little.
Oh, there we
yeah.
go.
Yeah, if you see off on the left, it doesn't show us as being in possession of any models.
Okay.
Yeah, they're getting
It
added
is.
as we go. Perfect.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Thank you, production crew, because I was very slow to get started on that. Alright.
There I am.
So
Perfect.
We'll get Kentanimo summoned, and then y'all can go ahead and start, A, taking a look around, and B, placing yourselves.
So, once it falls into the water, our job, Selfina, is to make sure they stay focused, not on the cart. Yes.
Right. Yes. Ooh, okay. I need to. How do I? Where's the what do I press to get a measuring tool here?
Bottom right, there should be an M and an N. The M are the different measurement tools.
Yeah, you can do like a bubble or you can do a line.
Aha!
Yeah,
Thank
it's all that fun
you.
stuff.
Okay, so I need 60 feet.
And they will be coming from the there's like the short side and the long side of land. They are coming from the larger portion of land and heading towards
the side that we started on, that our models were already on, is where they'll be coming from.
Coming from the north and heading south. Is what you mean to say?
Yes. Using the compass rose on the map.
I can't really see the compass rose because Roderick is covering it, but yes.
Yeah. So and oh gosh. So so this is about where the first pylon is, right? And then the second pylon in theory is what, about here-ish?
Yeah. How do you do God's flashlight again? I'm so sorry, guys. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So first pylons are, about right there, and then second pylons are about right there.
So they're both right around the areas where the water gets deepest, according to the on the map at least.
Right. Okay. So as long as where I am situated right now, I can get to both of the pylons, or like my shatter can get to both.
That is currently the side you're on is currently the Emil's Run side of the map. Do we want to be
is
there?
It?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Big side
My
is the
bad.
side they're coming from.
Why am
but still, we could still be
backwards?
relatively like the same-ish area.
Yeah.
As
I
I understand.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as I understand it, the water isn't quite this high to the bridge, right?
No, there is about a 5-foot gap between this. Like, basically, if you look at it as there are no barrels, on the bridge. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, I understand.
There's about a 5-foot drop from the bridge into the water, so it's not very high. They won't be going very far.
Right.
But I mean, it's gonna be a bunch of dudes in armor on horses falling into the water suddenly.
How armored are they?
We know they're in like chainmail hoppers.
Chainmail, right?
So think of it like full chainmail armor. Yeah.
Cool.
So, on horses, like it should be not fun for them.
Yeah. If you fall upside down in armor and your feet get stuck in stirrups, you're not going to have a good time.
No. And hopefully, what may end up happening is if we get him into chaos, they will be too preoccupied making sure nobody drowns to pursue.
All right, we need like a code to do, because I'm not going to be with the rest of you when this all goes crazy.
Roderick, I'll send you a little Fox message.
No, I mean, like, when you do the explosion thing, obviously I know it's, time to smash things and stuff, right? But we don't know if the fella is gotten transported out or what. So if there's like a whistle or like a bird call you can do to be like, oh, he's out, versus, you gotta go get him.
Is there something that you would like to use as that signal, Gaia?
I have and she's gonna pull out a recorder. I have my record.
Oh, good God.
Well,
Is it the memorable sound?
I feel like if you start playing a recorder, you're probably going to attract some attention, right?
Or I can, and then she'll cast Minor Illusion and just make like the most awful sound that she can for get him out.
Awesome.
And then,
Well, what about like an owl? Like an owl hoot? What about that?
that can be the one that I've gotten him.
You got him, you do the owl hoot. All right.
Got him. Owl hoot.
And it will sound like this, and she'll cast it.
All right, that's the one I'll listen for.
Okay, so remember, cast's awful sound. You
Can't
need to
find
get
him.
them.
Right, we have to go get him.
Owls, we got them.
The owl sound just ah. Screaming.
Is that where Seraphina and Apollinaire are going to be?
I figured somewhere around there. How close do you need to be?
I need to be
Seraphina?
60 feet in order to cast Shatter.
So 50 feet from the bridge.
Yeah, well...
So I just put in so this is this is 60 feet, so...
You'd need to be a little closer to be able to hit the other side. You need to be like...
You're going to need a little bit, because you're trying to hit it under the bridge and not over it, so that you don't blow up the cart itself.
Right.
You're going to need more of a sideways angle.
Yeah, so I would need to be something like down here.
It just...
I mean, you can just let, we can put some mud, like engine, like boots or something. You're trying to clean out your boots. It makes sense, right? It's clean river.
Yeah.
Clean
Yeah,
the river all the time.
That's fair. Yeah, if I'm down here, maybe I might even be able to be in the water a little bit. Like, what is this? Yeah. Pull that off.
I mean, you could be under the water.
You're only 40 feet from your target right there.
That's true. I mean, you can just breathe in the water now.
I mean, you could be underneath the water as well. You could be admiring the water if you still wish to be above it.
It's hard to hear owls about the water.
What I'm concerned about is that because I have my bow and I have my swords, and so if push comes to shove, I can act as sort of a defense for both Gaia, or specifically Gaia. Like, I can draw them away with my bow, because I can run over here, start shooting my bow, and start yelling at them and Sylvan and casting magic and go, witch, or whatever the heck they are.
I am setting some flames on the supports that are
where they would be.
Pylons.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel best right here.
Is that just fine? I mean, as long as we get, it just has to blink.
Yeah, and it's like, if I'll have to. What's the distance between here and here? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. From where I'm at to there is 38 feet. The far one is 70 feet, but I can move. If I need to get the other, well, I'll need to get the other one first. Flip.
You don't have to do 2 casts. I'm set in space over there near. Oh shit.
I think he's trying to. I think Roderick's trying to be positioned to, if he needs to break something, he can hit it with the 1 time, bam. Hit it with the 2 time, bam.
Right there.
You're responsible for the close ones. He's saying he's responsible for the far ones.
Okay, then that makes me then I feel a lot better, and I think I'm good. I have a couple of buffs I want to do before, like right before, for folks. But in terms of where I'm at and what the plan is, I feel good.
Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about it as well. You and me. God damn it. You and me on this close side with our camp, air quotes, because we're just 2 normal people. No magic at all. Hanging out. Roderick in the water on the far side, ready to just give it to those pillars if he needs to.
DM, would you allow me to booming blade an inanimate object? It says that it does hit a creature.
It's not gonna move, therefore.
Right. I still do an additional 1d8 sonic damage once it hits once I'm level 5.
In that case, yes.
That would apply.
I'm not gonna be here for that menial. It says attack a creature shit, unless it was like psychic damage, in which case I would. Totally be like,
I would like to
A little
insult
tear
Pilla's
comes out
mother.
of the pillar. You've wounded me.
Vicious
Yeah,
mockery
but-
on the pillar.
So, sonic damage hurts people. Sonic damage hurts stone. So yeah.
All right.
What side should I be on? Should I be here or across the water in a similar spot?
An hour has passed, by the way.
Probably you would want to, if this side is going to collapse first, hopefully you might want to be on this side to be most easily able to get close to the cart. Or do we think the cart will be closer to the other side when it falls?
I got another question, real quick. What's gonna happen to me after all this happens? Because I assume y'all gonna get on your horses and gallop away, right?
I assume meet us further downstream.
We're gonna go downstream, eh?
We want to get away from the road. There are a lot of them. Open road is better for them. If they have to pursue us through countryside, that gives us a little bit more of an advantage.
So we want to make sure all the horses are dead then, because we got a guy that's gonna be with us, right? And then me, who needs your little floating thing. So that one horse is gonna be pretty.
I mean, if they're all in water, as long as everything ends up in the water, they're not going to be pursuing us on horseback. I can't imagine for a while. That should be absolute chaos, and hopefully we'll add a little bit more before we go.
All right, sure.
Especially if Gaia, you said you can do some kind of projection that should distract some of them for a while. Yes.
It's
Seraphina,
Yes.
make me a wisdom check real quick.
Okay.
if I leave the radius of a spell, does it disband?
Straight wisdom or something, or is
Just- Wisdom. This is a memory thing.
there? Okay. 12.
12? All right. So, y'all were given the basically exact writing structure and formation that they will be traveling in.
Mhm.
That formation will not fit on the bridge. So, there will be adjustments, and you don't know what those adjustments will be. Because the riding formation involved 9 lances on either side, spread out like 20, 30 feet out in a wide formation.
Right.
Oh, they were 30
That's
feet
not-
out. Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Well, I mean, they'd still have to come in close. They could still do the same formation, just slammed up against the sides of the caravan.
I'm just saying that what the information y'all had won't be covered.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
with that in mind, I would just say we drop it whenever the most of the guards will go in the water.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like the max capacity. I think that it's and these are already weakened. So for all we know, if you know, gosh,
It might just drop. Yeah.
it might just drop on its own.
I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We've already damaged them. Like,
I mean,
Or not cross
they
the bridge
won't cross
because
the
it's-
bridge.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, cross that bridge when we get
Cross
to it.
that
If
bridge
it
when
comes
it
to
comes
that,
it.
Yeah.
AoE is a hell of a drug.
It's fine. Okay.
All right, so
all
are
right.
we up? Oh, go ahead.
Well,
So, so if we don't get all the horses, and we're gonna have to be carrying a guy around, and say you're able to transport them out, and we're all running, and there's like 8 horses chasing after us, so we're just gonna have to chop them horses up or whatever.
That may be the time for Gaia to do her distraction magic, if it
What
will
if the-
stop them from pursuing.
What if they kill our horses, though?
We can steal horses. We can.
I mean,
I'm just trying to make sure we got all our bases covered. That's all.
No, I know.
The best I can do is cast my magic.
I think that is the ideal. Is in the chaos, try to make our distance away. If they begin to pursue, dissuade them, as we may.
All right. So,
Yeah.
2 plans. Then. We got one plan where we get in and grab them when we try to run, and then plan 2 is we're just gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
So,
Just
Quick
smashing that.
interjection. Apollinaire, I think I accidentally moved you. If you could make sure that that's where you want to be or reposition.
That's about where I was. I think I might have been in this square instead. I wanted to be a little bit away from the road, just to be clear that I'm like, yeah, I'm just camping off the side of the road. Don't mind me. I'm an old man.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't realize it until too late. And I was like, oh shit, I can't remember.
Yeah.
What it was.
I mean, if that is the case, I mean, if Zale is going to be this much variability, I think you should be on this side.
well, I gotta hit the things with the hammer. I don't gotta breathe, so I can get through the water pretty easy.
How fast can you swim? You are made of metal.
I'm not gonna swim at all. I don't really. Yeah, I've never swum. I've been on boats.
How
I've
long
never
does
swam.
it take you to cross the whole river to get to this side?
I don't
Walking
know.
along the
I
bottom
just
of the
walk
water.
in the water.
Yeah.
Walking along the bottom of the water is functionally difficult terrain, but that's it.
So you could go
Okay.
30 feet around to get across, and this is a 100-foot long bridge.
I'll just
So-
cross the bridge.
It may be better.
It might almost be better if
You want
I.
to get the far ones, and I'll get the close ones.
Yeah, because if I'm where I just put myself puts me right on the money. Look at that.
So if Serafina is a little bit into the water, kaboom, you are here just in case we need to break this side, and you're also close enough if things are not going to go according to plan.
Right.
How
Okay.
How long is needed for a short rest?
An hour.
Hour. Okay. Guys gonna do 2 things before they show up. Take a short rest to arcane recovery because I guess I used the 2nd level spell that I didn't realize I did. Or I didn't mark it off or unmark it when we long rest. But just to be safe, I'm gonna do that. And then also about. See, I think this takes an action, so say 10 minutes before they show up, Guy is going to borrow the eyes of the presence that is always with her for an hour.
Gotcha. All right. So you are going to blow up that side. We are going to ideally grab him in the chaos. If that does not work out, disable them as we must, as we will treat. I don't think that fighting all of them is really an option.
Yeah. As we, I think about as soon as we see the we'll know when they're coming. Serafina is going to clasp Apollinaire on the shoulder and just say, "For Griffin."
Of course.
And I'm going to cast Heroism on you. So, a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery until the spell ends. The creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points from this spell. So, yes. What is my spell casting modifier is my question.
How long does heroism last?
up to concentration up to a minute. So it's like, I mean, I guess like right before then, like.
I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this in character. If you're going to be casting a spell, perhaps you might want to bestow it upon Roderick, since you will both be down there on the water. They may notice if you're going to do it up here. If they last for a short period of time.
Oh, I guess so.
Also, I have a way to generate temporary hit points.
Oh, okay. I just like I remember from the last time, and I was.
Yeah. I've got to kill something, but I can generate temporary HP.
Okay, so then fine. I saddle over to Roderick then. And...
Well, yeah, and also y'all are both gonna be down there, kind of in the water, so that may be a little easier to get maximum uptime out of.
For sure. Okay, well then Roderick, you get temporary hit points according to my spellcasting modifier, which I'm still struggling to figure out what that is, but it's fine.
What's your charisma?
My charisma is +3.
He'll get +3 temp HP.
Great.
Gaia is going to, while you're doing that, or a little bit earlier than that, attempt to hide herself as best as she can. And I can't remember if you can use guidance on yourself.
You can.
You can. Cool.
Yep.
And casting guidance for that.
Okay.
So is that a survival or a stealth check? The same modifier for me.
Then roll it.
Okay.
Oh.
First is 9.
I was gonna say, never mind. It has been stated. It's been said out loud.
11.
11? Alright. So is there anything else we're doing before we get this on the road? Literally and figuratively.
Considering 11 is lower than I think most of our passive perceptions, is there any way we could attempt to assist Gaia post her trying to hide herself? Be
Okay,
more
she's trying
hidden.
to hide.
Yes.
Where
You
she's
may-
at on the map right now.
Since the two of y'all are remaining visible and not focused on hiding yourselves, I will say y'all can assist and let her roll at advantage.
Roll it one more time.
Since y'all can kind of look over and be like, Gaia, honey.
Gaia, get down into the bushes, into the leads. Get down into the squat.
Somehow, while she's squatting, she becomes even more noticeable.
Well, you would.
And then she just goes back to her original spot. That did not seem like a very good...
Gaia, did you not say that you could turn yourself invisible?
I can do that.
You might want to do that.
Long distance invisibility line.
Don't you gotta
An hour.
Cast that spell or whatever?
Do what?
Can you stay invisible while casting that spell?
Vortex warp is not concentration.
You can't. That's not how invisibility works. And you will become visible.
But
after
does
you cast
Gaia
the
know
spell.
that?
I would assume Gaia knows how her spells work, but that is up to you.
Probably.
I mean, how is she gonna know if she's visible or not?
I have turned myself invisible for a prank before, but when I used my other spell, I kind of popped out. They saw me.
They may see you without the invisibility.
Well, I can turn myself invisible until I need to not to, and then I can run.
Or what?
If it allows you to approach unseen, that's maybe the best option.
Oh, I can, and she kind of like licks her thumb and kind of gauges the distance. I can. This works where I'm at.
But as long as they don't notice you, that's all we need.
And about 10 minutes before.
All right.
Sneaky.
So, any other preparations before we proceed? Fine.
What?
Nope.
Speak now or forever hold your
Nope.
peace.
I think we're.
Alright.
Heroism's getting cast last second on Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's
Sure.
making herself invisible as well as
Okay.
getting some advantage on perception.
What's your casting modifier?
Oh, me?
3? Okay.
3.
So
Alright, cool.
we're going to go ahead and start the descriptive portion of this encounter before they get to you.
Okay.
So as you can see, much like the description you were given, you see the broad range of, flanking lancers out, and you see the 2 carts. And then as they get close to the bridge, you hear a series of whistles, and the lances begin to kind of narrow in and close in, the entire thing taking on a much tighter formation. In the first cart, both carts being pulled by 2 horses, it appears to be from the approaching angle a closed box cart. It seems like maybe the driver has like a slit they can peer in and see, but the cover, pull the slide, look in, pull it back. The drivers are not armored. They are wearing like Alton uniforms, but they're not armed or armored in any way. To the right of the first cart, riding atop a completely unadorned armored horse, is a knight. Heavily armored, can't see his face, and you can see hanging at the side of his saddle is a great sword sheathed. Their path of approach is 6 of the lancers in front, followed by the carts, and you can see the other 2 lancers, or like 2 segments of lancers, kind of creating 2 little groups of 6 behind that. The crossbowmen stay uptight up against the carts, like riding adjacent to it. Are you all going to be changing or doing anything as you see this? If you do, just speak up, otherwise I'm just going to continue the narrative. They draw closer. Maybe the first of the lancers is, "Get back, old man."
I'm off to the side, like fiddling with the horses, like I'm unpacking, like, oh, of course.
Just kind of like, just haphazardly waved a spear in your half-assedly waving a spear in your direction as they go onto the bridge. And the lancers in the front proceed even as the knight stops as he draws even with you, Apollinaire. He just holds up a gauntlet, and you hear the driver go, "Halt! Formation!"
It's messing with the horses. Like, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm like, there's no way this has anything to do with me. La 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 la.
He says, "I can smell your magic."
Probably.
Don't say that.
He just always has detect magic running.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm like facing away from him. Huh?
You moved them.
Yeah, I'm tending to a horse. Like, I'm not even looking at him. No big deal. Don't mind me. I've only got 1 arm visible. I'm decrepit. Got a cane.
I call up
DM,
and
you
go.
are muted.
I said I seem to have misplaced some dudes, but I will fix that.
That's fine. Leave them misplaced. Totally fine.
So, this gentleman that I'm spinning around is the knight in question. All the soldiers are mounted,
Great.
but this is the easiest way to do it.
Yep.
We'll use our imagination.
You just see he turns to you and raises a gauntlet. And
Uh-oh.
you. Show me your book, old man.
Just now turning around. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, I'm a little hard of healing.
I'm trying to do like a gravelly Italian accent, but it's probably just going to come out as a gravelly neutral accent. Show me your book, old man.
The book, are you, I do not have any trade goods with me at the moment, but I think my daughter, she may have had like a romance novel she brought along with her. If that is something you're interested
Quick interjection. Actually, I realized I may have jumped the gun on something. What is it? Because you have to have your book as a spell focus, right?
Nope.
So you have.
No, I do not.
Okay. So I was thinking you had it like hanging on your belt or something.
No, it is in a satchel that I.
In that case, he is saying, "What do you have, old man?" Instead.
What do you mean? I have. I profess I don't think I have anything that would be useful to you and your compatriots. I have a bit of rations, some camping supplies.
Papa, is everything all right?
Do not play games with me. And he begins to draw his greatsword.
There's no need for this. If it is that our camp is too close, we will move away. We will move right away. I am so sorry for the inconvenience.
I can smell the stolen power of my god on you. And he nudges his horse to take a couple steps in your direction.
Oh,
fuck.
Okay.
You just hear one of the wagon drivers shouts, or not wagon drivers. One of the people behind the back wagon shouts, "Defensive formation!"
Yep, DM. I know that these boxes, these chests, are supposed to be the carts. Is my line of sight obstructed to these guys back here?
No.
No, not at all?
There is enough gaps in the horses that are kind of milling around, but do let me fix those, because that's where some of the guys ended up missing.
Yeah, I would say, back that way is very relevant to me right now, because that looks like the largest cluster of individuals.
Right. I think I accidentally dropped some of the gray ones in the water, so I am.
Okay. I just as soon as he says I can smell the stolen power of my god, and looks like he's getting ready to start moving this way, I'm just gonna get my right arm out from under my cloak. This was one finger, just in the air immediately in front of me, start to like trace with my pointer finger, and as he does, basically leaving fiery lines as he starts to draw what looks like some unknown runes in the air. As he finishes the rune, his entire right arm just bursts into flame. It's kind of wince as he finishes the rune, that fire bursts out, and then finish it by drawing a circle around the rune. As he does so, the fire just as much as instantly as it engulfed his arm, sucking down into like a small, like large marble-sized ball of flame around that rune. He's gonna look over towards all the guards in the back, and is just gonna tap that pointer finger against that flaming marble, and as he does, just say, "Hellfire," and it's gonna go zipping off to this back area.
All right. You don't need to bother drawing that. You don't need to bother drawing that area, because as the ball goes to zip out, he says, "I think not. Cease!" And with the word "cease" reverberates through everyone who can hear its mind, like not just in your ears, but in your brain. And you see black fire outline his entire right gauntlet, and your fireball is counterspelled.
No, it's
Can
not.
I try to counterspell his counterspell?
Yeah. If you would like to do so.
I think technically, yes, you can.
You can.
Wait. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
If you don't do it, I was gonna.
I cannot.
I can. And as he says, I think not, and goes to like that black fire goes to like engulf the marble, I'm just gonna just backhand the flame as it reaches my spell and just laugh.
All right, go ahead and draw that circle, and then I need the 4 of you to roll me initiative.
Hey, can I?
One.
Does that explosion go off?
So I'm trying to think. I don't think I can make it hit anymore.
Does that explosion go off, DM?
Which explosion?
The fireball, I presume, is what he's doing.
It does.
After he counterspells the counterspell, it will go off.
Okay.
And also, Roderick, in addition to your initiative, I need to know if you have line of sight to Sir Severian.
Probably right where he's at. Right. Well, I guess I'm down the hill, so he probably can't see me from where he's at.
Yeah, you're under. Aren't you under the bridge?
Can he see you? Can you see him?
Probably not. I think the height right now has it to where I can't quite see him.
And DM, I don't know if that quite catches those two
No.
guys in the back, but it should catch all the rest.
Can I still use my ready action, thinking that they just missed the bridge?
Yeah, give me just 1 second. For those 2 guys in the back, we'll say you sort of got them. We'll give them advantage on their saving throw. While he's doing that, 25 to 20.
Oh shit! Roll initiative. We're good. Not me.
Anybody?
I'm in a bad spot. I hope y'all do better than I did.
I hope y'all did better than I did.
17.
All right. 20 to 15, 17.
I got a 19.
It's better.
Who had the 17? I do everything on note cards, so I'm like trying to get this written down.
Roderick had the 17.
No one else was 20 to 15?
Nope.
Yeah, you got it. You need to cut off a front number to get down to where I'm at.
Oh no.
No.
15 to 10?
10.
Oh god.
Keep it going.
Just like last campaign. +2 initiative. Love it.
Same.
I hope y'all are ready for a new party member.
Oh Jesus.
On the bright side, I think I probably have that temp HP. Maybe.
10 to 5?
6! I even have a +3. I just rolled a 3.
What's
Like, it
your
was gonna be
dex?
garbage no matter what I did. Yeah,
What's
so
your
it's a
dex?
6. My dex is a 16. I'm a weirdly physically fit old man. Like,
All those
I'm
barrels
just
you
thinking
have to
of
lift.
that. I'm just thinking of that Earth Kingdom dude from Avatar.
Boomy?
Yeah, Boomy. I
Holy
couldn't think of his
shit.
name.
I
He
like
just
to
said,
think
like,
I
I'm
like to
feeble.
think Apollinaire is a little more sane than
All
I didn't
right.
say anything about sanity.
So what are those damage rolls on your fireball?
35 on a fail. 17 on a
35 on a
success.
fail.
Nice. Heck
I
yeah.
roll, yeah.
And what,
Hey, man.
what is your save DC?
My spell save DC is 16. That is a dexterity.
What was it on a successful save?
On a successful save would be half of 35, so 17.
None of these people survive.
Amazing.
None of them do?
Um,
Oh my god, I just killed a lot of people.
the 2 in the very back that were caught on the edge are laying down on the ground. Every single one of the others is charred to an absolute crisp.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Take that guy back
Hell
up.
yeah, I got those guys too. Let's fucking go. They weren't even there. Alright, well, I'm going to take my 5 temporary hit points. boats.
You can get rid of that circle now. Whenever you're done.
That
All right.
was-
Oh boy.
And Roderick, what were you saying beforehand?
Oh,
About-
I just heard a loud boom.
I'm probably
supposed to-
talking as loudly as possible to indicate that shit was not going well. I don't
heard
know if
it-
you could hear me underwater.
I heard an explosion. I'm gonna hit this thing.
You do have you have a ready to action to do it.
All right. Make that attack roll. And this one will just be a damagey attack roll.
21.
You are swinging underwater, so that is at disadvantage.
Oh, I thought you said there was like a 5-foot. Whatever. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
disadvantage.
yeah. I thought you were fully underwater. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Ignore that then. Ignore me.
Okay. Oh, that's a 6. That's almost max damage. So 6 and 7 plus 4, whatever that is.
All right. That pre-shattered 1-foot stone column just hammer goes clean through it. We're gonna see.
Oh boy.
The right side of the bridge lurches, and we're gonna see if these horses fall or keep their horse. Ironically, the one closest to shore is the one that stumbles and falls. The others all kind of shying off to the left. Lots of whinnies and screaming going on. And now we are going to enter initiative. That entire half of the bridge is dipped into the water now. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Ludovic Gallo goes first.
This the yellow dude.
The blue. He's blue base.
Yeah, but gold fella. Kingslayer.
It seemed like it stood out, so I selected the model.
Like a very Jaime Lannister.
Spellcaster! Spread out!
Oh god.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I've already used both my spell slots. Y'all are good.
He's out for the caravan driver to head back. The caravan driver will act on his turn. This is the supply wagon.
Supply wagon?
This one right here.
Blue?
Yep. So because
Cool.
Gallo was next to the supply wagon and Severian was next to the prison wagon, therefore those respective wagons are just going to go on their turns since they're non-combat anyway. So this guy immediately begins to haul ass in that direction, just off through the underbrush, getting away from the combat zone. Gallo dashing forward.
Alright guys, I got mine. Y'all gotta handle the rest. As
Oh my god.
as a great
Oh,
Mackie once
shit.
said, I got mine.
He did double move towards you,
Oh shit.
and that is his turn as he draws his basket-hilted Alton longsword and long fencing dagger. Kind of a
Oh.
stiletto-looking thing. And that is his turn.
Well, that's not very nice at all.
Serafina, you
Oh,
are
God.
next.
Okay. Oh god.
I have temp HP, guys. Don't worry. Fine.
Okay.
Man, maybe armor Agathis should have been in the pocket.
Okay. Well, I'm.
It's fine. It's fine. I lived a long life.
I'm gonna. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm so sorry. I'm so.
You got this. You got it. Easy. You got
Okay.
it. No
I
worries.
don't feel good about using magic right now because. So I'm gonna turn around, and move just a smidgen here, and pull out my longbow, and fire it off. I'm like here, right? Yeah. gonna fire it off at Severe, whatever his face. Dumb Nightman.
Severian is the
Dumb
yeah.
Nightman. Hell yeah. Put
Just,
some disrespect on his name.
yeah. So, yeah. I'm gonna pull out my bow, and just shoot at him. So,
Shoot.
God. That is going to be 14 plus 7. Math is 21 to hit.
I believe that hits. Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Great. So that's 1d8 plus piercing. Come on, do damage. That's 6 points of damage. And then bonus actions. I am going to. I'm gonna hold my bonus actions. That's all I do. That's the end of my turn.
All right. What was that damage again? Sorry, I was double checking something.
6 points.
Every little bit.
I know.
Every
And
little bit. Maybe he'll decide to go over there. Oh.
So that brings us to
Hindsight.
Roderick's turn.
How much difficult terrain do I have where I'm at?
Lord, that man.
About 10 feet. I'll say these first 2 water squares are shallow enough, so it's just those 2
Okay,
with
so-
the one with reeds and the one in front of it.
So that would be a single move then?
Yes.
All right. Do I instantly recognize this guy once he's in line of sight?
Recognize him? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty obvious who he is. He's the only one that doesn't look like all of the others. They're
No, I mean,
all
like,
wearing
have I
Alton
seen this
tabards.
person before?
No, you have not
Okay,
seen this
cool.
person before.
Cool. In that case, I will 1, 2, 3, 4. I will double move. Bonus action as I'm walking up to cast Sanctuary on my old man homie right here.
Woo!
And it's just gonna be a weird little, almost like a miniature rough hewn shield just sort of sprouts out of the ground with kind of like a magnet that just sort of hovers about knee height towards them, but weirdly glows from behind, even though there isn't technically any light coming out of it. And that light seems to just sort of wreath. I brain farted on Ian's character. Apollinaire, and just kind of a nice warm light. And then I'm going to call up to the rest of those guys.
All right, fuckfaces, it's right here. Come on, you got a demon. Let's get it over with.
Woo!
I'm gonna go and let you know they do think you're a demon.
Yeah! Let's go!
All right, who would have guessed it?
Fire squad! Fire squad! Fire squad!
I'm so warm right now. Oh,
It's
God.
my turn.
Gonna do a quick perception check.
The
Guys,
DC is 16 on the not Shield of Faith, Sanctuary.
I would not say no to Shield of
Gotcha.
Faith, TBH.
So that brings us to Severian's turn himself.
Hey.
Huh. Get the metal man. Not the guy. Not me.
I did just shoot him. Just shoot him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just a decrepit old man. Ain't no heed.
As you run up and cast your spell, first we're gonna see
Like that, there's 2 of them.
if he gets his counter spell back.
What?
No. What?
All right, so you run up. Where is that ability? Right there. And he grabs his own arm, and you see that same black fire flare to life in his gauntlet, but almost crackling fire like electricity. This is no element you've ever seen before. He says, "That power does not belong to you. Binding!" And he goes to slam his hand into you. And he makes an attack roll. What is your AC?
You're muted. Still muted.
What?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, 21.
Hella.
That is it on the nose.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
Shield!
So, I'm going to read this out to you. Forces the target of this melee attack roll to make a Constitution saving throw. So go ahead and roll that before I get on with the rest of it.
17 plus things.
Oh, no,
19.
I'm so sorry. I need to go back. So, ignore that. Just actually hold on to that if you want, or you can re-roll. That was my fuck up. I've never used this ability before, as it was created for this character. When you cast a spell, you will have to make a Constitution saving throw to successfully cast the spell. DC 12 plus the spell level. If the spell is concentration, the save must be made each round to maintain concentration. You are under this binding for 1 minute, as almost organic-looking eldritch sigils spread out across your entire body.
Bro, I'm
But
just saying,
almost like a point of explosion.
his magic just looks just as evil as mine. I feel like this is unfair.
Yours is angular and fiendish. His is weird and squiggly.
Weird and squiggly.
I don't know how to describe these like
It's
sigils and
squiggly.
runes and stuff.
That's hilarious.
Your magic is squiggly.
Your magic is squiggly, old man.
This is so bad. I'm.
This is fine. This is fine. We're good. Half of them
And,
are already down. Like, what's the big deal?
That is his action, though. And he squares up with you with his great sword.
Hell yeah.
It is now the crossbowman's turn. They're going to drop their dice.
Good.
They're going to drop the arms. They've seen the damage we've done and run away.
So the ones nearest the casualties are actually we're gonna roll for them. That's well out of their wheelhouse. So one of them kind of backs off a little bit, and one of them just turns and hauls ass.
We've broken that morale.
That puts him off the map. So I'm just gonna. There we go.
Stay there.
That one's just gone. He just saw a whole fuckload of people just burn to char in the blink of an eye, and he wants none of it, so he is gone. This one backs off and seems unsure what to do. The rest do turn and go to flank.
Uh-oh.
He does not have an attack, but he is holding his action. He's kind of got his crossbow up. This one right here. This one right here is taking a shot at Apollinaire, but he has to make a save to do that, correct?
Right.
What was that
Yeah.
DC again?
DC 16 wisdom saving throw, or select another target.
That is a 19 on dice, so.
Oof.
That's old man. Like, you don't want to shoot an old person.
He
Right? Oh!
You take 5 points of damage.
I don't know. What, did he hit? He still has to roll to hit.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking the
Yeah, he
the
still has to
second-
roll to hit, baby.
This is the first
God
time anyone
damn
did
it.
Sanctuary in literally any of my campaigns.
Hey, man.
What's your AC?
15.
Fuck.
No, he did not hit. That crossbow bolt
Oh,
was just
ha! Victory!
he was shaky from fighting that magic, you know. He was
Good. Hey man, bro, I've got a 16 dex. My AC is pretty fucking good for a warlock. All right, get off my back.
These two saw the bridge collapsing and are falling back.
Sorry, fuck that noise. Fuck this shit out.
Trying to stay spread out. We're now to Yellow's turn. Yes, can't answer your question in chat. One is going to spend all of his movement getting himself and his horse up and getting back on his horse. These two head back this direction. I guess there's a little bit more movement. These three seem to be moving towards more stable bridge. And you can see them swapping two crossbows.
Cool.
That will bring us to Gaia's turn. I was going to try and say her whole name, but that's a lot.
Well, 10, 15. Okay, so Gaia is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to right there. And she is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. Right. Let's see if I got the dimensions correct. Here.
What's the saving throw for it?
Bidding.
It's a wisdom save, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
I don't think you're in it.
You're not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He's trying to hit the cart mostly.
Yeah.
I see.
There we go. And if I need to, I'll move it a little bit to the left if that would not hit the cart driver.
You're muted, Dan.
That'll hit all of them just fine.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
And what's the DC on that?
15, and it is a wisdom save.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Look at the pretty colors.
Wow, that's a janky little box I drew.
Yeah, trying to get they really need a cube measurement tool specifically.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shit is rough.
The only creatures that passed were the horses.
What?
One of the
Hell
horses
yeah.
FYI.
They've got the blinders on, bro. They can't look all the way. They don't see it.
You think the horses would be like, yo, what the fuck's going on? I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yep. Also, I forgot to, since you brought up the horses, those back two, Ian, that you fireballed, that failed, or they succeeded on their saving throw, but your damage was still high enough to kill them. The damage was not high enough to kill their horses, so there's two singed horses speeding around with dead riders on their backs somewhere.
Great. There's a lot of trauma that's gonna have to be unpacked if I survive.
The other 10 horses were all also burned to a crisp.
So the first time you killed somebody, what happened? I killed 12 people and their horses. All at once.
2 of the horses lived. You killed 12 people.
I killed 12 people and 10 horses all at once. Oh. It's pretty
so,
cool.
and they all of those individuals are very hypnotically patterned.
Cool.
Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Guy will just say, open the wagon.
Just, are you directing that to anybody specifically or just saying it?
Just saying it.
Got it.
Gotcha. That will take us to, never mind, they're all dead.
Yep.
Apollinaire, it is now your turn.
Yeah.
gonna scratch this off my.
Oh God. There's a lot there's a lot being compartmentalized right now for falling there. There's a lot. This is being like we're gonna unpack that later.
Don't forget your sanctuary.
Yep. I remember. Which I wouldn't know, so I'm not gonna ask. We'll worry about that. Worry about that later. I did, however, saw Gaia do her thing that she said would disable a lot of them, and said, get the door open. That is our mission objective, not to fucking win the fight with these guys. So, oh boy.
He said, "How many opportunity attacks do I want to trigger today?"
Nope. I really hope he didn't get his counterspell back, because I can't do anything about it if he did.
Well, you got sanctuary, so I assume no.
Yeah, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to find out how hard this guy hits. So, I am just going to, Apollinar's going to look over at this dude and just be like, you really do not want to do this. Just let us take him. And I'm not going to try to roll a persuasion check. I'm not using my action. I'm not that persuasive. At least not until I've secured the package. And I'm going to start to take a step forward, and just as I do, just the entirety of my person bursts into flames as I'm looking at this guy, and I just say, you really don't want to do this, and I'm just going to see ya. And I'm going to Misty Step to right beside the cart. So, I would assume to wherever I can see the door.
That's a Misty Step from your feet, right? Because I was like, wait, you use both your spell slots. But
Yep, yeah, that's from my feet.
It took me a second. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's right.
That's exactly why I decided to take it.
So the door is on the back side, so you would need to be in one of these two squares if you're trying to get to the door.
As long as it's within 30. I mean, that's within 30 feet. So yeah. I would blink back to this one.
The doors are, so this cart is largely closed in and reinforced. The entire back side is just two large double doors with a wooden step leading up to them. Each door has, in addition to a bolted and locked, with a hanging lock handle, there's also sliding panels, windows into it. But the main thing, there is a bar and a padlock.
There's a padlock.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna do that thing that doesn't work in real life, but works all the time in movies. And I'm just gonna use my action. I'm just gonna do that, turning that circle in the air. I'm gonna fire those two Eldritch Blasts just into the lock.
Right. That ends your That's an attack, right?
Or the thing says if you target a creature.
Yeah. Do I have to target a creature? No, by happenstance, it does not cancel the sanctuary.
Okay, I didn't know if it said if you make an attack or attack a creature. I wasn't sure of the wording.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not sure, and I wasn't gonna ask because Apollinaire would know how this magic works. So I'm just fucking two little fiery portals, and it's just trying to smash this lock off. You are muted, DM.
Oh, it's if you make an attack. So yeah,
it would cancel it, but whatever.
So go ahead and make those attack rolls.
Okay. Attack roll uno is a 19. Attack roll dos is a 21.
Hitting an inanimate object from that close is DC 5. So plus hardness.
So 10 force damage and 12 force damage respectively on those two. So
blows the lock apart.
22.
Since this is hellish energy that you're hitting it with, they're glowing orange as they fall to pieces or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, it's force damage, but they are spears made of solid flame, or javelins made of solid flame that launch out of these little portals. Blow it up, and if I can use my object interaction to just open the back of the cart.
Yeah. You open the back of the cart, and against the left wall, manacled to the top,
mm-hmm.
Or but only have one arm, so he's manacled.
He only has one arm?
One arm, and both legs are gone beneath the knee, and he is belted against the wall. As he turns his face to you, you see the entire left side of his face is a scarred, burned mess. He is wearing only like short pants. The rest of his body is covered in scars. Scars crisscrossing his hairline.
Do these scars look fresh?
No.
Okay.
A man about 19, 20. He is very young.
Oh, shit.
And while you process that, we are getting ready to go on break. Before we do so, there is one last thing I had intended to do on Severian's turn, activated when he did the binding on Roderick. Well, this is something that Roderick experiences, and it is the moment you see that crackling black lightning fire energy of some kind, that eldritch power. You feel a fury rising inside you just at the sight of it, the fire of your soul that makes up your being beneath the armor, burning to a fury you have never in your short life experienced. A hatred towards this person wielding this magic that you have never, ever felt. The rage is focused entirely on the knight, and for the duration of this encounter, you have advantage on attacks against him and disadvantage against attacks against anyone else. At the start of each of your turns, all adjacent creatures take your proficiency bonus in fire damage, and your attacks will deal the same on hit.
Ding ding, bitch!
So as that happens, anyone who sees this just sees the fire, like the seams, the fire that is usually like deep beneath the surface within Roderick, flare to life, spilling out of every crevice of his armor, and racing up the haft of his hammer. And just an involuntary yell, which I'm not going to ask you to replicate here in Skype. And with that little tidbit of information, we are going to go on a short break. Be sure and go ahead, grab some snacks, pee. That's what we intend to do. And come on back here in about 15 to 20 minutes so we can continue this perfectly executed plan. We'll see you guys all shortly.
Well, shit.
Oh my
Goodbye.
gosh. Stop it.
Bye!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of episode 4 of Blood and Silver. In the first half of our session, everything went perfectly according to plan, except it didn't. They spent a good little while to get everything planned for this ambush on a bridge, where they were going to lure the prison caravan across the bridge, collapse the structure, and then either jump them or, make away with the prisoner. However that panned out, however it didn't. As they were approaching the bridge, just a few horses had made it onto the bridge, and the Eldritch-y knight dude sensed something magical in Apollinaire, who was standing right near the roadway, stopped to inquire, and that resulted in immediate conflict, the first move of which was a fireball that scorched away 12 people and 10 horses immediately. And after a brief exchange, we have found ourselves with Apollinaire opening the carriage, or the prison wagon thing, to find a one-armed, legless, half-blind man chained to a wall who is presumably a prisoner they're here to rescue, while Roderick squares off with the aforementioned knight. We had just finished the first round of combat, and we are getting ready to begin on round 2. Fight. Is everybody ready to progress combat?
Can we just talk about it?
Sure. You can use your action, and we'll see how that goes. We had just finished the first round, so that puts us back at the top of the round with Lieutenant Ludovic Gallo, who had been closing in on Apollinaire with his Alton dueling blades before Apollinaire blinked away. So we're going to figure out what exactly he is going to do. He does see Apollinaire going to open the wagon and extract the prisoner. Believing the knight capable of handling himself, he is going to run after Apollinaire.
What if he didn't, though?
What if he didn't? I don't know. We'll ask
What if he
ourselves that
didn't?
question, but not during this fight.
Damn it.
So he's going to move up to you and make 2 longsword attacks. What is your AC? Your AC is 16, correct?
15.
Not better.
No.
Both of those hit.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. You take 6 points on the first with minimum damage. That one just barely got you.
Thank God.
And not much better with 8 points on the second. Coming around with his Alton dueling dagger for a bonus action attack. That one will, however, miss. You're busy reeling in pain from the first 2 that hit you, and that dagger blow just goes right past. He's accustomed to sturdier people that he's stabbing.
I know, I'm pretty sturdy. Just not used to being stabbed.
Yeah, he's fighting warriors. You know, sometimes it's the unprofessional ones that trip you up.
Hell yeah.
But that is his entire turn, as he is wordlessly shouting. It is his turn, so his the wagon that he is responsible for continuing off into the brush to get away from these potential, not potential assailants, these actual assailants. And Seraphina, that brings us to you at the second place on the initiative order.
Yes. Okay. Come on. Question is whether or not my computer is going to let me move her. There we go. Okay. I am going to move myself here. And then I am going to okay. I'm going to cast Shatter right roughly here. And uh-oh, that's not, come on thing. Sorry. Sorry. How do I make it smaller?
Right, yeah, you gotta
yeah,
right click.
Sorry. There we go. Okay.
You're casting it toward a hit Gallo and Severian, correct?
Correct. I'm just trying to make it so that I'm trying not to hit
They're in separate squares. That
friends here. Yeah, so like this is
they're in the range.
Yeah, this is 10 feet here. So before I do that, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast a tail onto Roderick. And that is Tail of the Avenger. So this is a bonus action. So Roderick, for the next minute, any creature that hits you with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a roll of my Bardic Inspiration, which is a D6. So take that. So grab a D6, and every time that son of a bitch hits you, he will get force damage equal to whatever you roll. And now I'm gonna cast Shatter. Right there.
Hell yeah.
On those guys.
Perfect.
Explode them. Blow
What's
them up.
your saving throw? And I forget, is that a dexterity saving throw?
It is a Constitution saving throw, and it's a Constitution saving throw, and the spell DC is 14.
Okay, and is it that's half on a success, right?
Correct.
All right. Give me that damage, please.
Okay. Question. Give me a second. Oh, they're D8s. Okay. So that's 9, 17 points of damage. So if they failed at 17, half is, what is that? I don't know.
I think.
Yeah, it's rounded down, so 8 points of damage for a failed save.
Okay. So Severian seems to roll pretty decently with it. Gallo absolutely does not. So I generally, if someone botches a saving throw, I will add a little something extra onto it for saves like this. So I'm going to roll a d4, and we're going to see what additional little bad thing happens to Ludovic Gallo.
Hell yeah.
What was that full damage? 16?
17.
17.
17
He
for
takes
full.
17 points of damage, and with a 4 on that d4, he is stunned for 1 round.
Awesome. So I think that the way that this goes is that I shout out to Roderick and say, Roderick, you can take out the trash, right? And then I pull out my bird pipes and hit just the most piercing note on it to cast the shatter.
Hell yeah.
And that's all I can do.
As that piercing note causes a detonation of sound that, Severian kind of rolls with a little bit. You can see it, cause a little bit of blood out of his ears or whatever. Gallo just drops to his knees, clutching the sides of his head. You can see shattered teeth in his open mouth. Staring straight ahead, he is having a hard time. So that is what his stun looks like. And that is going to bring us around to Roderick. First and foremost, you emanate, the fire, dealing your proficiency, which is 3, correct?
Yeah. Is it 3?
Yes.
3.
We're level
yeah.
5. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
So you deal 3 points of fire damage to Severian and also that horse.
That horse isn't adjacent to me.
I
Or is it
have
supposed
them
to be
as
a large
medium-sized creatures.
Oh,
I just
okay.
had it as
Cool.
medium for the.
But they're about to take some damage though, because that cracking of radiant fire that is emanating throughout my body, kind of as if all of that is sort of overloading in some way. I decide to let it all out, and those panels on my chest opened up. And in kind of the same manner as a solar flare coming off the surface of a sun, this giant arcing kind of gravityless wave of magma shoots out in front of me directly into this guy's face. And as it arcs outward, it just seems to surround me in a 10-foot radius. I cast Spirit Guardians.
Hey.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fold that big.
Oh, that's 3 7s.
I
Wisdom,
hate
you
to be
said?
that guy.
Wisdom. What's up?
Con save.
Oh, is it con? I thought it was wisdom.
No. For
You are having to make a
bound.
con save.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
thing.
yep.
I totally.
Goodly jobbed. Thank you.
That is a 16 on the die.
Which makes
And
it.
what was the
12
spell?
plus the spell level, right?
Third. Oh, is it plus the spell level?
12 plus
Yeah,
spell
12
level for
plus
the
spell
DC.
level.
So you'd
12
still beat
plus
it with
spell.
just the dice, because that'd be a DC
Okay.
15.
So you do still cast it, but
Right.
you do feel like it is almost like something is holding your magic back that you have to push through.
All right.
And what is the DC for that saving throw? The wisdom?
16.
All right. And the consequences of failure.
21.
21.
Radiant.
Hit him with that holy magma.
Holy magma, man.
Holy
And-
magma.
In my anger, I will shout to him.
Your God is garbage. Only condemns you. And I will move right. You know.
Hell yeah.
Goodly gooded. Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Make Goldilocks make a save and throw.
Gotcha. Oh, he super fails that. Is it the same or a separate damage roll?
I just do it the same for every roll. Or I mean, I can re-roll if you'd rather that.
We'll do it like once per round. Because that's an ongoing effect, right?
Yeah. It is a concentration.
You do be concentrating.
That
horsey, though. Big yikes.
Ludovic Gallo is looking a little bit more roughed up. You will see as your the fire from your spirit guardians washes across Severian. You do hear some sizzling and popping beneath the armor, but you also see some of it seeming to sluice off the armor. But with that being the end of your round, it is now his turn. Oh, no, that is Ludovic. And he is going to take his greatsword and swing it at you 2 times.
All right.
Your AC was 19?
21.
21. All right. I do not believe the first hits, just clangs real close, hits you, but just scrapes across your armor. As his sword hits Roderick, everyone in the area will hear a horrific screeching that is something far beyond simple steel on steel. And same for the second one. Just 2 horrifying, almost seems like it's somewhere between a living creature screaming and also steel on steel, like right across each other. And that is his turn. That will bring us to our crossbowman. Actually, I forgot the horses that he is responsible for need to go, because we skipped it last time. I'll just say it was shock and awe. Going to try and move. Let's see how scared these horses and driver are. Are they about to just trample this lancer in front of them?
The driver should be charmed and incapacitated.
That is correct. The horses are not, and there is screaming fire right next to them. But they did not roll well, or maybe they did roll well, depends on how you look at it. They are not charging blindly forward to stampede over the lancer in front of them. They are instead panicking and whinnying in place. Kind of stamping around, kind of jostling, but they haven't charged quite yet.
I forgot that.
But it does look like they might, with the screaming circle of fire right next to it.
Yeah, I forgot that Spirit Guardians is you can make it to where it doesn't have friendly fire. So I would not have scorched those horses, but it's
You
still
didn't damage
like,
them.
yeah, it's still fire right next to them. It's not a good time.
It's a fear thing, not a pain thing. The only one you hurt was that little singe on the one, but that was only for 3 points of damage. So they're actually not going to go anywhere, so that is going to bring it to the crossbowman's turn. Yeah, that one's going to... Those 2 are going to take shots at ye old Apollinaire. That is a miss. That is a super miss. There's another guy over there. He is going to... This one right here is rotating around. He is going to take a shot at... Oh no, I forgot. There's people there. This one is going to start rotating and see people. See who he decides to go after, because now there's a whole bunch more targets on the field than there were before. All right, Miss Seraphina, you are receiving end of a crossbow bolt. Let's see if it hits you.
Miss.
does not, unless you have an AC of 11.
No, I have my armor class is 11 is 13.
These other two are going to shoot Apollinaire because those are the only targets he has.
Brother.
Another miss. Another miss.
These guys hate old people.
Well, I mean, you just appeared in a burst of fire, and they were told spellcasters. So,
I mean,
also, you're the only one they have line of sight of, because it was these two over here that were making those last two attacks.
the remnants of the flickering flames just throwing them off.
Yeah, they haven't rolled in the double digits yet. This Lancer is going to ride around, trying to jab down at you with his spear. Holy God. We're going to see if he falls off his horse with that botch.
Jeez Louise! The
He
dice
does not.
gods. The dice
He finally
gods
rolled in the double
Jesus.
digits. He rolled well to not fall off his horse, but that's the first good roll from these guys. This one is going to...
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the guys that was incapacitated.
He is.
Yeah,
He is. Sorry, guys.
you're good.
I need to have like some kind of marker on them. I won't
You
forget.
can,
There we
the
go.
easiest
Full
thing is
torch.
to drop torches on them. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
Just
gonna
have 'em
enable
light 'em up.
torches on these guys.
One day we're supposed to be getting like the like status effect markers.
I will remember at some point in this fight. So I take that back. He does not miss and then almost fall off his horse. He doesn't do anything at all. But for the record, for the sake of comedy, everyone, he would have missed so bad he almost falls off his horse. These three have finished swapping to crossbows, and they are going to take shots. That tree actually is protecting Gaia. They do not have line of sight on Gaia because of that tree. So all three of those shots will be at Seraphina.
Oh no!
Hit.
Just save the heroism for yourself.
Crit. Miss. So one crit, one hit, one miss. You take 4 points from the first one,
Okay.
and 10 points from the second.
So 14 points of damage total.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy rides forward and, seeing his buddy in a mindless stupor, will use his action to rouse him. But that is all he
Gives
can
it-
do for his turn.
Gives him the old, hey, fucker!
So, but that is their turn. That will bring us to Gaia, who has been protected by, a big dead tree.
Hit me. Let's see.
The 2 crossbow bolts come and hit your friend, one of them quite thoroughly.
As the rider of the carriage, the driver of the carriage, has he been hurt at all?
He has not been hurt or roused. The only one that got roused was this one, because it takes an action.
I am going to... Let's see. Does concentration require... Can I cast a non-concentration spell? I can't remember. Okay.
You can.
Yes.
Then I am going to
Oh.
hit him with a firebolt.
The driver?
Mhm.
Oh. Okay. Roll it.
That guy.
Oh, that's off the table.
Oh shit.
That's natural 1.
Oh no.
Really?
Yep.
All right, well,
Luck.
you don't blow his head off. You instead shoot a streamer of fire through the air.
I do believe that is all I got.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, we're gonna get you some sage and stuff while you're down in the Atlanta area next month. When you're around here, we're gonna cleanse your chakra. I don't know. We'll get you some crystals.
All right. Is there any? You said there's nothing else you can do for your turn.
Nope.
All right. Well, we are going to skip Blue's turn as they are all crispy fried, and bring it to Apollinaire.
Oh boy. This isn't good. So there's a guy. I mean, this is not like super obstructive. I would see that there's a hostile over there aggressing on Seraphina and Gaia, right? You are muted, DM.
Fuck. So you can see this guy right here is shooting, and then these three over here are all shooting in that direction. Although it's kind of hard to tell if they're shooting at Gaia or Sarah.
Gotcha. Which three are also firing in that direction?
The three on the bridge, like toward that, the ones that rode past.
So they like ran down the bridge and are firing back.
Yeah, the bridge was collapsing, and there was like a split. Some moved forward past the split, and some one moved back.
Gotcha. Okay. And this dude is shackled by one arm, right? His one arm.
He's held by a belt.
And he's belted in.
But the belt is leather, it's like a chain belt.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about blasting a lock off of a door. I don't want to accidentally fucking murder the guy we're supposed to be rescuing.
It's an arm and two legs. What's one more hand? Come on.
Oh my god. He's got to at least be able to like move the stuff around a battle map, man. He's got to be able to use the little pusher. Well, if that's the case, this you said this dude is very clearly like stunned, right?
All right. Yeah, he's
Gallo.
He's holding his head. So
okay, that sounds like he is not a problem right this moment. Then I'm gonna take a 5-foot step here, looking over and seeing that there's like people are shooting at Seraphina and Gaia. Yeah, I'm just gonna call out just in their direction. Gaia, you need to make your way over here to get him. And then just strike him. And I'm gonna fire a couple Eldritch Blasts. At least the first one is gonna go towards that dude that's right near the two of them. Yeah, and I'm outside of 5 feet, so it's not a disadvantage. Oh, unless his AC is a 12, that first one will miss. You are muted again, DM.
I was just looking. I said I don't think it is.
I doubt it. If they're wearing chainmail. Second shot. Goddamn, not much better. 15 on the second time.
Either one of those hit. Both of those spears just go sailing past.
Both those flying past. Yeah. I'm just gonna use my bonus action. Swap the cane to my other hand. Wrap it on the ground as flames kind of like fill in like the cracks and stuff kind of going up. It's after and cast Shillelagh. Just kind of flip it around. So I'm holding it like I'm about to whack someone with it. And I'm gonna use a little bit more movement to step right up against the caravan to if anybody's gonna try to intercept it for the moment. And I'm just gonna look at these, just look around at all these people and just grit my teeth.
Make me a perception check real quick. Just
got it.
See something.
That's a natural 20.
In the eyes of all of the ones that are conscious, obviously not the dazed they're just kind of staring off into space, and not Gallo as he is busy holding his head and screaming. The eyes of all the soldiers, the crossbowmen, they're all crossbowmen except for these two ones over here are no longer asleep, are no longer charmed. You don't see hatred, you see fear.
I mean, I can't make any kind of check, but I'll just call out. It doesn't have to be this way. Just go.
These people are looking at you like you are a demon.
Yep. I've said all I can to dissuade them.
But all right, that is the end of the round. And that brings us to Ludovic, who is currently stunned. He will stop being stunned at the conclusion of his round. But that is what he spends his round being stunned and can do nothing else. And that is the end of his turn. Seraphina, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Seraphina's mad. I'm mad. I'm so mad.
Actually, I'm so sorry.
Is it?
He does get to do one thing on his turn, and that's make a saving throw.
Oh, oh yeah.
So
Bear
wisdom
Guardians!
saving throw, right?
Woo!
Right.
And I need you to roll that damage for me.
All right.
Toasted.
6, 4, 7. So 17.
17. As this fire is just leaving just burn marks across him, he's standing holding his head in this whirling maelstrom, and you can just see it. He's burning. He's not looking good. He's slowly becoming more char than not. Actually, yeah, he is technically still up, and you can kind of see, like, as that stun wears off, he takes something that resembles a battle stance, but only barely. All right, now I'll pass it over to you. I just forgot about his spirit guardians.
No, you're fine. Like I said, Seraphina's pissed. What
Got
is
crossbow bolts in you. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah. First off, I am going to move to here. I still have a little bit more movement if I need it.
Don't forget that square that you're in and the square in front of it are both difficult terrain.
Okay.
Because you're in, like, waist deep water.
Right. Okay. Okay. Maybe I won't move there. I need to. Where was I? Question is, where was I? So I was.
Remember, just like I ruled in that first fight, I'm going to maintain that ruling for the rest of this campaign. The line tool rules all. So when it comes to, like, am I in a square, am I not in a square, line tool rules all.
Right.
So don't worry about getting finicky right in the square.
If you would like to use squares, if you use the arrow keys, it will automatically hop you to a square.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to figure out where I can be, because I want to be able to cast Shatter on these two pylons where these assholes who shot me are standing on. So
They are standing right below the pylons.
So you need to be in, like, one of these two squares to within about 60 feet.
Yeah.
In, like, one of these two right here, it looks like. Give or take. It's probably because the pylons will be on the bottom and I'm measuring from the top of the bridge. But so somewhere around here-ish. There may be a little extra leeway.
Just jump to get over the difficult terrain.
I mean, I have 35 speed, so even with the difficult terrain...
Yeah, you should be able to make it into a square that puts you there.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna... Yeah. Yeah, that's... I'm like... You cast water breathing on us, right, Gaia?
Yeah, we're Gucci.
Yep.
Okay. So, I think as Seraphina... Again, I'm so angry. I, like, start descending into the water, and I shout up at these guys, and I'm like, you've made the worst possible decision ever. Absolutely ever. And I'm gonna cast Shatter on the pylons, and since I'm under the water, and it has 10 feet, I should be able to get both of them.
You will. You will be able to get both of them. Great. And the one in the middle, I believe you will clip his square as well. Those barrels are going to make it hard to measure. I'll go ahead and tell you now. So, but we already know, just by distances, that it'll hit both of those. Just like I ruled for the fireball hitting those guys in the back, that middle guy will also get caught up in it with advantage on his saving throw.
Yeah, I don't really care so much about him as more about, I mean, like, obviously, if I get them, great. But it's more about, I want to be able to get enough damage on these pylons to drown these assholes. So...
Yeah, I was saying because otherwise you weren't going to need to roll damage because Roderick did so well and Shatter does double, I think, to structures.
Yeah.
But I do need you to roll damage because it may affect that guy.
Amazing. Okay, so... Ooh, buddy. Okay. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus another 5 is 17 points of damage.
Okay. So... First of all, the pylons blast outward, just a shower of shattered stone exploding in to the left and right, the bridge, and you can see the bridge collapsing beneath them. Also, I didn't take into account his horse. He's not in the radius, his horse is. It failed. It's, without getting into detail in Bad Time Happy Horsey Land, or Unhappy Horsey Land. All three of these guys, and I'm not going to sit here and try and morph the battle map as we go. All of these guys are in the water, and I'll just prone them to display that for now. And one of the horses is how you said you dealt 17 points of damage?
Yeah, 17 points of damage.
The horse is technically still alive. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn as you have collapsed the bridge and they are all sliding down this incline into the water as we speak?
No, I don't have... Well, actually, you know what? What is the... You have weird healing mechanics, so I don't know how my second wind is gonna work.
Your second wind will work like second wind.
Oh, okay. So then I'm gonna roll a d10 and get some hit points back because that hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action second wind there.
All right.
I'm gonna get 8 points of damage back, or healing.
Nice.
That's good. Probably needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need a healer.
All right. As she, I don't know, dramatically pulls out the crossbow bolt or whatever it is for her second wind. However she would like to describe that. Roderick, it will be your turn. At the start of your turn, you will deal damage to everyone adjacent to you. Which at the moment is just Severian.
Yeah. All right. I am going to booming blade him, which I guess I need to. Well, let me do a con check. What's the DC for that? Is 15?
12 plus the spell level. So
okay, so
Spirit Guardians is 3, then yes.
It's meter beats for it, right?
Meter beat, yes.
Okay, cool. I got 15 on the hit there. And then I rolled a straight 18 for casting Booming Blade on him, and then the actual attack roll for Booming Blade, which that's at advantage, so that's a natural 20.
Talk about
do it!
And remember Cody's crit rule.
What's that?
Is you deal max die and then you roll additional die instead.
It's full damage plus a roll.
Plus, yeah.
So is it full regular weapon damage, or is the booming blade damage max as well?
The first
shit.
set of damage is maxed. All additional dice are rolled.
Yeah. So yeah, instead of rolling, double the dice or rolling and doubling it. Yeah.
27 damage.
Is that taking into account the additional fire damage you do on hit from that rage effect you've got going on?
30 damage then. 30.
Kill him! Kill him!
Murder! Get him out of here!
So just with these horrible sounds going on with the fire and whatever screaming you're doing and the horrible screeching of steel on steel, there's a collision, a steel collision that sends the sparks flying everywhere as it smashes into his armor. How much of that damage was from a magical source?
I mean, it's all from me. It was all magical.
No, there's weapon damage, but how much of it was from Booming Blade?
It was 11 of it was from Booming Blade.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 and a 3.
Oh, this man is a juggernaut against any damage that is magical. Holy shit.
14 technically if the fire is magical.
Okay. Got it. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, it collides against his armor with that same horrible screeching that y'all's weapons seem to be dealing to each other. And it just kind of like knocks him back a couple steps. It was the most solid blow you've seen against him yet. Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Normally I wouldn't be so wasteful of my spells, but I have all the rage in the world against him. So as this guy takes steps back, there will be a sudden spiritual anvil to hit him in the back of the fucking head. As guess spiritual weapon. I'm gonna roll a check for it. That's another natural 18, so beats the 14 needed.
This binding, you're just pushing right through it.
Yeah. 19 on the attack dice, so I'm assuming that hits.
With the bonuses, yeah.
Okay. It is 8 more points of force damage. And with my turns, my words in my turn, I'll just tell him,
you love your god so much, go and meet him, and when you're in the afterlife, Alcandron will be there to murder you all over again.
Suitable. For the mood you're in, you have never hated anyone so much in your life as you've hated this man, so that works. Dig it. No holds barred. This is probably the most destructive thing any of the rest of you have ever seen. Besides that horrible fireball.
See that y'all were in the water and stuff.
Oh, I'm a 5-foot step right here to make sure that guy takes my other damage next turn.
Gotcha.
No, right there, in between them two.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, hello.
That does bring it to Severian's turn. He'll be making his saving throw. Is it save or suck, or is it half on succeed?
Half on save.
All right, and what was it was 17 to Gallo, right? So 8?
Do what? Yes, 17.
Half on success, okay.
Right.
So,
I will exclude anyone inside of that cart, and obviously Apollinaire.
Gotcha.
Appreciate it, big homie.
And the horses.
Swinging around on his attack against you. Last time, neither one of them made it through your thick plate armor. You said your AC is at 20?
21. 21.
This one knocks you back, but it doesn't actually do damage.
Oh,
you feel it in your chest, though.
Don't forget that anybody who hits you with a melee, you get to roll d6 of force damage against them.
He hadn't been hit yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. I misheard that, and I was like,
yeah, his second does hit, so you can go ahead and roll that.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
5.
Ooh. Ow! Stop hitting yourself.
Does he take proficiency damage if he hits me, or is that just in the area of effect? It's when I hit him, right?
Yeah,
gotcha.
Both, but not when he hits you. You do take 18 points of slashing damage as he comes down. Oh wait, no, that'll be this.
How much?
The program I used for the stat block generator is incorrect about its bonuses. Till later.
Holy shit!
It is 15 points of damage as he comes down, or they slash across your armor, finally kind of punching through a little bit, hammering home it with that recoil from Seraphina's magic.
Reduced with 3 temporary hit points from heroism, so making that 12 total.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah.
12 points with that mighty slash. This man does not really have much he can do with his bonus action, so he is standing, going toe to toe. And in response to your declaration, he says, "I will gladly send us both to my god."
Oh, so you're approaching me?
Yeah. All right, so that's his turn. It is now to the crossbowman's turn. They're terrified, and there's some shit going down that is way outside of their wheelhouse. So we're going to see how they react to this. Oh, as I throw the dice across the desk. And this one actually does run.
Smart
And
lad.
His movement actually does take him off the map. These three, only one of them seems to maintain his full composure. This one right here. The other two seem conflicted. They take steps back, like having their horses kind of like canter backwards while still facing Apollinaire, but they do not fire. They seem conflicted, but the one does take his shot. But it doesn't matter because they can't roll in the double digits.
Matrix dodge.
Yeah. The one that had originally tried to shoot at Seraphina that Apollinaire then shot at is a little spooked by the flaming spears flying through the air at him, but he also just saw Seraphina down the bridge, so he's still going to shoot at her. And that will hit.
Will it? Does it matter if I'm in the water?
What's your AC with +2 from a little bit of extra cover?
15.
Okay, and that's still gonna hit because it was a 20. After not natural 20, it was a dirty 20.
That's fine.
Dirty 20.
But they rolled low, so you take 3 points of damage.
Nice. A glancing blow.
A glancing blow.
For all of the crossbowmen, and it is now time for the yellow base's turn. The yellow base the lancer immediately near Apollinaire is still very charmed, so he's not even facing Apollinaire. These, they're not stupid. It's a whirling circle of fire. They're not going to charge into it. This one will go start to rouse the wagon driver. And this one is going to ride around to try and figure out what the hell is going on. And seeing Apollinaire will ride up. And this one will stab at him. And we'll see if he also falls off his horse.
What if he didn't, though?
What's your AC?
15. Mighty 15.
He still misses.
Let's go! I just smack it with my cane. Just dink.
He comes in for the spear and It's a half-hearted attempt. There's some shit going on he's not sure about. He's doing his best, all right? There's not that many. So that is going to take us back to Gaia. Man, the fight goes a lot quicker when you wipe out half the combatants in the first round. I got to thank you for that, Apollinaire. You really
that was really my thinking, is I thought it would make your life a lot easier.
Just for you, DM.
Just for you.
I should give you inspiration for it. I'm not going to, but I should.
Aw. That's too bad.
Okay, so question. Are we doing the 5 foot per square thing, or are we going off of the ruler? Because 5 foot per square, I get 10 extra feet from where I'm at.
We're doing ruler. From center of base to center of base.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Stupid tree. Okay, right there. Oh, would like to move them. Okay, that's annoying. And then,
if you really want, we can do squares or arrow. I personally prefer the rulers because there's less finicky. Like every other square is 5 feet versus 10 feet for diagonals. It makes it cleaner. I could just as happily do a gridless D&D game and be fine. But if you like the grid, I'm not going to say you can't use it.
I'm gonna stick with what I was gonna do. I'm gonna do the ruler, and then I'm going to once again, seeing the wagon driver has been roused, cast Hypnotic Pattern. It is going to be
Say 2 time. Oh hell yeah!
Here, you can imagine where I'm gonna hit.
Hitting the soldier, the wagon driver, and Severian.
And the
You
two
could-
horses.
You could technically draw it at an angle and get the guy in front of Apollinaire as well.
It is irrelevant as he sees you casting the spell, and similar to before, the flash of black energy.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I do have another one, but I don't have a spell slot.
I do
for
not.
it.
I only have 2 spell slots, bro.
Oh, okay, I thought
did the same action.
I didn't realize Gaia had counterspell. I was like, what would you trying to do, Apollinaire, with your 0 spell slots?
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, he just that same reverberating, not just in your ears but in your heads, cease. And even as you're gathering the magic, you feel it vanish and the spell slot is lost.
All right.
You are incredibly muted.
Hmm?
Ian.
Talking to myself.
That's all I got. So, go on without me.
You doing any other any bonus actions or anything?
I don't have any bonus actions.
Oh, wait.
Gotcha. All right. That takes us to Apollinaire. It is your turn. There's a dude on a horse trying to stab you. There's quite
Okay.
going on behind you.
Yeah, like you said, these guys mostly look scared. Oh man.
See the that entire group of crossbowmen, or those two over there, didn't even fire, and one fled entirely.
Yeah.
Only one shot at you.
Okay. But take a chance. I apologize in advance. I'm just gonna like where I kind of parried that dude's spear or lance or whatever. I'm just gonna look at him and just kind of hold up a hand as I'm gonna move my right arm with the shillelagh off to one side, and I'm gonna reach up to my right to where this dude is that's diagonal to me. Oh shit! It's an action to do that, isn't it?
An action to do what?
To rouse somebody from hypnotic pattern.
Yes, an action or a damaging action.
Or damaging.
Like, if you had a bonus action that would damage him.
Right. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna reach up to him. I was hoping to get a show of goodwill would help with this check. I'm just gonna hold my hands out to either side of me, and I'm just gonna call out as loud as I can, as hopefully as many of these guys can hear me as possible. Those who lead you care about your lives as little as they care about those of the citizens of Glyphon. And you see how little they care for us. Go with you and your fellows' lives. I have no quarrel with you individually.
Make me the check.
Persuasion, I hope.
Survival. I'm joking. Yes. Persuasion.
No! Is it survival with charisma?
Survival. Oh, man.
That's a 25. Damn.
Know the results of that on their turn. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Like I said, I'm making to show that I don't intend to attack this guy who's right in front of me or his friend. And I will stay where I am.
Gotcha. Well, that brings us back to the top of the round and Ludovic Gallo's turn, who is still standing not only adjacent to our friend Roderick here, but also within the area of this whirlwind of fire. Technically, I want you to go ahead and roll me that damage just for when it gets around to Severian's turn.
14.
But the minimum damage from it, even if you were to succeed his throw, in combination with your burning aura right now, is enough to put him down. So even as he stood up from that stun, shattered teeth, blood in his ears, his clothing burning away even as he stands there, raising his sword and knife, collapses back down to one knee, and then to the ground unconscious.
Folded like an omelet.
So that's his turn, is going down. Seraphina, it is your turn. There is it looks very calm here on the battle map. This area right here, but it is not. It is a blend of wood, rope, stone bits, screaming horses, the ring of chainmail, men screaming. It's a mess down there.
Yeah, so Seraphina emerges from the water. They keep describing Roderick as a demon and Apollinaire as a demon, but there's something alight in Seraphina's eyes. They have turned just the scariest green you could ever imagine. She pulls out her bow and aims it at Severian, and is gonna try to hit him. The 16 plus 7, 20.
Yes.
Yeah. So, God, it's math. So that's going to be 7 points of piercing damage, and she's going to action surge and says, "You're going to die, you son of a bitch." And the 18 plus 7 with my longbow again.
And those will hit.
Got him.
That's 9 additional points of damage.
Hell
What was the first one for damage?
Oh God.
7.
7 and 9.
give him the business.
Yeah. That's my second win, so I can't do that again. That's done. Okay. Oh, and I can bone. Oh, never mind. Roderick. The last time I got hit, I lost my concentration on heroism, so you no longer get those 3 temp hit points. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're good.
Did you, by the way, Roderick, did you roll your constitution for getting hit?
Oh, no, I surely didn't. What? It was 12, right?
Yeah. Well, it was 15 damage total, but it'd still be DC 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I rolled a 13 plus 2.
GG.
And then
Anything else you're doing on your turn, Seraphina?
non-less guidance is a bonus action. Otherwise, I can't do anything else. I don't think it's
I don't think it is.
Nope, it's not. So no, I emerge out of the water, shoot him twice, and end my turn where I'm at.
Yeah, both of those arrows seem to strike true, and that second one he seems to stagger. You see a little jiggle in one of his knees.
Okay.
Roderick, it is your turn.
Yeah, Roderick is very angry. That guy will fall, and he'll probably just...
yeah, actually. What was that damage again?
The damage with Spirit Guardians?
14?
Yes, 14.
He is still up. But you can see, like, as he stands close to you with the whirlwind of fire, plus that aura coming off of you, the edges of his armor are glowing orange, as he's just baking. And something is screaming, but it seems distant, and it is not him.
I will lean down and not in the quiet voice tell him,
Pity, you're not going to take me there. I would have loved to let you watch me beat some sense into her.
and then I'm going to booming blade his brains.
Go ahead and make me 2 Constitution saves.
Oh, yeah. Well, that first roll was a 14 plus 2, so 16. So I think that gets both of them. What is it DC 12?
For a cantrip?
Yeah.
12.
Okay, well, I don't boom and blade him. I got a 10.
Did
I still do the weapon attack?
Yeah, make it a weapon attack.
Okay.
So just the magic part fizzles out.
Yes, as you gather that energy, it just seems to not... You can't push it out of you like you usually do.
Bonk.
19 on the attack. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think
For
you can... You
8
can't
points.
not knock him down.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, it just smacks his helmet, and he kind of clatters to the ground, unmoving. And as he goes down, you feel your fury die. The fire surging out of the creases of your armor, kind of sizzling out. You feel tired. Whatever that was took it out of you. Take a level of exhaustion, and you no longer have the burning on your hammer either.
Okay. Oof. Okay. Do I still have the binding on me?
No, that just...
Okay.
It,
Hell yeah.
you can almost feel like the fire within you like burned through it.
Oh shit, this guy on the other side of me went down too? Oh shit.
He went down on his turn was going down to your spirit guard.
Thank you, production crew, for knocking those guys down for me. I didn't even think about it.
He said, "I'm gonna fight him."
Yeah, Roger will probably come back to himself and sort of, after screaming that stuff at this guy and bashing his brains in, kind of take a second to collect himself. And he still has a vortex of fire around him, and yeah, bonus action to move this fella right here, just in case they need a little bit of extra.
This brings us to an important juncture.
I'm not hitting anyone.
Are you guys going to continue combat, as it is becoming immediately evident that they were already conflicted, but seeing the collapse of one of their legendary knights and their renowned lieutenant both at the hands of whatever hell creature this is, they don't want any. So if y'all are willing to break contact, they will be fleeing.
I will not be pursuing them.
No, I'm done. I could even make a persuasion or an intimidation check. I have pretty high on both of those.
There's none needed. The collapse of Sir Severian. Yes.
Gaia would do one more thing on her turn.
What is it? Let's hear it.
Just move within sight of the prisoner, if that's possible.
Vortex warp him out.
And then vortex warp the prisoner out.
Yes.
All right.
Because still unsure of what's happening, but
Gaia, get shit done. God damn it.
Once she sees that they're running, she'll just say, "We need to check the two of them, see if there's anything useful. Take the carriage and go."
And everyone's running. Like, regardless of what y'all were gonna do, they're running. I was just waiting to see if y'all were gonna pursue or make any attacks as they left or anything like that.
No.
Good job, because I rolled for it, and it was a 50-50 chance the carriage driver was gonna jump off and run, or ride off with the cart across their ruined bridge and try and make it across.
Just gonna try to ramp it?
I forgot
that bridge is gone.
I was thinking about the slump. Yeah.
Well,
like,
I know this
cuts
was Fast and Furious, fantasy edition. What the
No, you got me. He cuts left anyway. But yeah, so point is, no more baddies. They're all running.
It's all about family.
If we would have went into the water, I'm pretty sure our target could have swum anyway.
Oh.
You're muted.
You guys are out of initiative. Yeah, I realized it as I said it because a little notification popped up. I'm just gonna do this forever. So we can, unless y'all have something else you would like to do, we can be done with Tailspire.
Okay. All
right.
So, as y'all stand, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
As y'all stand in the wreckage, surrounded by bodies, scorched trees and dirt, little bits of flame here and there, a lot of missed crossbow bolts, some of them in Seraphina, but most of them in the ground. A whole bunch of dead horses. It's a bad scene. It looks like something truly nightmarish happened here. But other than the sounds of retreating soldiers, it is completely silent. The prisoner has not said anything.
Gaia will just look down at him and just say, "Oh, hello. I have to go check these real quick." And then she'll begin searching the two bodies for anything useful.
Gotcha. We'll do. I'll get a loot table together for you guys. The things that would be of immediate note would be a medallion from Sir Severian, his armor, if you are going to look more deeply into that, the inside edge of it is kind of like almost like where the decorative edge would be if it were on the outside, but on the inside is lined with those same kind of rounded sigils, the kind of organic runes, and as is the center of his greatsword. Ludovic Gallo had his officer's badge on his cloak. His equipment's nice. His clothing was nice, but now it's mostly char. And those would be the things of immediate note.
Okay.
The rest, yes?
Anything that is of note or could be potentially useful, pretty much just stripping anything off of these and throwing it into the cart.
Gotcha, yeah. Well, there is no cart.
We got the prison cart. Jail cart.
Prison cart left.
Oh.
How?
Dude,
when?
Yeah.
Vortex
Vortex warped it out and the guy was hauling ass, yeah.
Oh.
I would have attacked him.
I thought you got the prisoner out. Vortex.
Yes, but I have every intention to have kept that cart in the area.
Then you would need to make whatever attacks he would be making, because he is double moving out of there.
I mean, the second that I see him start to move, I would cast Firebolt.
You would get one chance because you, in the initiative order, you used your first action to Vortex Warp. So he would get a turn to move on his next turn, and then this would be your Firebolt. Because of the cart seat, he would have half cover. Make your attack roll to see if you can hit him before he makes it out of range.
I'm going to Vortex Warp him.
Double
Wagon driver?
Mm-hmm. So he needs to make a Constitution save.
You can leave on foot!
Just
Or
double
catch a
the
horse.
driver.
Where are you Vortex Warping him to?
Other side of the river. Oh, wait, no. You said the bridge is 90 or 100 feet, so about like halfway through the river, as far as I can throw.
On a solid surface.
Oh,
It can be into liquid.
Oh, Chris said, I've done my research.
Says the
I'm
chosen space
glad you-
must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So he can be like floating in the water. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
Sick.
assuming he loses his a save.
What's your
All right.
bro?
This is basically going to be a dice roll because this is a wagon driver.
He's just a regular dude. I'm so glad you chose not to just waste this poor guy. Thank you.
All right. He rolled a 10 plus 0. So he is now floating down the river.
I'm gonna get these. Ah!
Let's see what the horses do because they were in the process.
no. Is the bridge still up?
No.
Not much.
Well, I mean, some of it. So the horses don't stop running immediately. They run for 3 or 4 minutes. You will be able to acquire the cart. It'll take some effort, but we can hand wave that as a time cost.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Take
it's
you
two
about an hour.
horses that are like both freaking out. They're not gonna be working in concert. So
Yeah, but they are also like the bar that makes horses run straight or like line up or whatever. So they're gonna go for a bit. It'll take y'all between half an hour and an hour to retrieve the cart, but you can do it.
Jesus Christ.
I could
Okay.
even try to cast sleep on them to like
How much HP is sleep? And what's the
oh, that's
Like
a good
5d8,
question.
right?
I think it's 5d8.
Yeah,
level one.
5d8. 5d8.
One just falls asleep.
The other one
He
doesn't.
starts
Oh, no.
dragging it.
Roll the 5d8 just to see how this plays out real quick.
Okay.
These poor horses are just gonna face
They're having
plant.
Bad day. We're trying to not murder anything that we don't have to.
23 hit points.
All right. So one of them passes out immediately. The other one does not.
Oh no! Oh, that poor horsey. They're
the other one
now, though, right?
wakes up almost immediately as it is half run over by the cart, but it's not going anywhere.
Okay.
The other one is freaking the hell out, but we'll say that you guys can recover one horse out of the two. Unless you got a way to fix a broken leg offhand.
Yeah, I do. Magic.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a healer as well. Yeah.
Holy shit!
I was about
but
to put it down.
What? I thought you were supposed to like
Holy
nature.
fuck, man!
Ooh,
No,
buddy.
I like nature, but I also don't like suffering, so...
Yeah.
He said, "This is nature."
Well, I hate to
Oh
be
my
the.
gosh.
But with your healing magic, we can, hand wave a little bit. It's actually good. So we'll say one way or another, it takes like a little bit of time, but y'all do recover the cart and expend whatever resources you're going to do so for the sleep and healing. And the cart is largely empty, save for a singular locker and the now empty restraining setup against the left wall. You have two scared shitless horses, and some wheels and axles that have seen better days, but they're holding together for all they can. So what are y'all doing now?
And this guy still hasn't woken up.
Oh, he's awake. He just hasn't said anything.
Yeah. As they're like, while we're gathering the cart and checking bodies and stuff for loot, just gonna let the shillelagh fade and put it back to his good hand to lean on, which is worth noting that during the combat, Apollinaire was walking around and moving around like completely like he was in like prime health. But combat ends, returns back to moving like he's probably has some lingering injuries. Leaning on his cane is gonna kind of walk over and kind of sit down next to this guy. Just kind of look at him. I think it's that you are Valentin Pascal. Just doesn't say anything.
I just realized I was muted. He says,
Gotcha.
I am.
Well,
he hasn't looked at you yet either. He's just still looking at the ground.
That's fair. Well, we are here to take you home.
That was one of the two options.
I suppose so. He's gonna look at him and just they're still doing their thing. Do you even want to go back?
It is of no matter to me.
That's depressing. Very well. I imagine we should be setting off shortly. And I'm just gonna sit with him, until everybody else does whatever.
Yeah. So not too much longer. Y'all retrieve the cart and eventually get it back after healing and then calming the heck down the two horses, which are two separate tasks.
Yeah, I don't imagine that horse is very happy with me after healing it either. It was not a
not
painless
the way you
affair.
describe your healing. Yeah. You got them frothy mouthed, wild-eyed horses.
Yeah. It's like aside from the Seraphina casting sleep on to get these horses, she hasn't said a word. She's so irate, and I think the next thing you see is that she walks over to the knight's body, and I don't, She doesn't want anything to do with him. She just kicks him in the face and walks over to Apollinaire. And yeah, I mean, just
as you are walking back to Apollinaire, you hear, "Please don't take me to hell," from one of the two that were caught in the edge of the original fireball.
Seraphina hears this.
Yeah, barely. Like, you probably hear something at first and have to listen again.
Are these Altons or are they just guards?
They're all Altons. I mean, y'all are all probably close enough to hear this.
Seraphina walks over to them, pulls out her short swords, and goes, "I'm not the one who's going to be taking you to hell. You are." And just like ends them with both of her done.
All right, we had 1 hit point, so that takes nothing at all.
And like just kicks him off the road. She's done with these people.
Yep.
And I think at that she looks at everyone and is like, "Shall we get our guest into the cart so that we can all go home now?"
When you turn back to the rest of the party, Godric is looking at Apollinaire and pointing at you and does one of those things.
Apollinaire just looks like he had started, like at hearing them, like he had started to push himself up and turn, and just like stab him and turns on. He just like looks sad.
You see the first reaction to his environment besides Apollinaire speaking to him so far, and when Seraphina runs through the guy with the coup de grace, he just nods. Just kind of a tired.
Gaia will walk up to him, say, I know you may not want to go back into the carriage, but it may be the safest place for you right now. I will go into the back with you, and I may be a little bit better.
Very well.
I have been in a situation like that, so I would not want to be alone.
Just that slow nod again.
So we load up our shit.
Yeah.
You gather.
I'll help. I guess Gaia was doing the looting. I'll help her some, and I was just kind of keeping it on the down low. Ask her,
Is he supposed to be missing all those books, or is that something we're supposed to stop?
I do not know.
Those were clearly not fresh injuries. So.
Probably have never seen a person missing body parts like that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I
mean, you would have seen and probably worked on some small prosthetics.
Yeah. You said that they were like scarred up though, right?
He has scars all over his body.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like tracing through his hairline, originating on his face where his left eye used to be. Just all over.
Besides, there used to be a mountain lion that lived near me. He was very fierce, very old. He was covered in scars. I've seen animals lose legs, but I could not tell you much about what happened to him.
He kind of cuts an eye over at Gaia, but then goes back to looking down, doesn't say anything.
Seraphina goes back to her horse and starts grabbing our stuff, and I think she walks over to Apollinaire. Do you think that she would have noticed your sadness?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, because back in that direction is also just dead horses. Dead, like, all just burnt to a crisp. It just looks like, yeah, just sad.
I know that it seems like a waste. The horses, for sure, because they were innocent in this. They were sort of how we are treated by these people. I'm sorry that you think that what I did was sad, but it is just a small step in what we have to do, and one less of these people is one less person we have to fight in the future. And it's cruel and it's heartless. And unfortunately, I think that's who I am most of the time. I'm here to take care of you guys, not these people.
Just kind of tilts his head to one side a little bit in acknowledgement, but doesn't say anything.
She just nods and gets on her horse.
As you guys are loading up into the cart, Gaia in the back with your new friend, Valentine Pascal. Who's driving the cart, by the way?
I suppose I will.
What's the cart made out of?
Wood with metal reinforcing, like iron straps.
Will it support my weight if I sit on top?
Yes. Wait, how much do you weigh total?
Wait, no, I
Less
still
than 500
have
pounds.
fire. I still have fire parts. I probably don't want to set our carriage on fire.
Oh, god damn it.
Little
you'll
platform
have
trailing behind us.
2 horses to ride plus the 2 that are leading the
He
cart.
can't
So
ride
you-
a horse
you can ride-
either.
Oh yeah.
On fire. I'll
I mean, if you
roll.
get like tensors, floating disc, and then like attach that to my horse, like attach a rope to
it
me.
follows me, yeah.
There's not.
So he'd just be behind the cart, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd go through the rigmarole of.
I'm not gonna
this.
meta game to help y'all out. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
let y'all do what y'all gonna do. As y'all figure out your traveling situation, as y'all aren't on a time crunch, so y'all have the. I mean, you're on a time crunch in the grand scheme of things, but you're not under immediate pressure, so you'll figure something out, and we'll handle the details here in a bit. We are reaching the end of the session, which is great timing because this is right as y'all are wrapping up the combat and getting the post-game stuff handled. In the locker, Gaia, because you said you were looking through everything, there is a Franz Lin set of prosthetic legs and a prosthetic arm.
Okay.
Getting those. It's me.
I wonder who.
We're gonna
As
sell
well as a full set of very, very simple clothing. A eye patch, incredibly well made and gilded. And a dagger. Nothing immediately special about the dagger that you can tell.
Are these yours?
Yes.
Okay, here you go.
Few minutes delay. Eventually starts to, with hands that are clearly accustomed to it, attach first the missing left arm, followed by the legs, slips into his clothes, puts on the headband, and seems to linger probably the most over the dagger before slipping it into his boot. Ben sits down quietly and doesn't really say anything unless spoken to.
Guy's gonna be talkative.
And here I think is a wonderful place, a cheery place, of course, to leave our still questioning, calling you heroes, as y'all head back towards Griffin, or actually more accurately towards Clearwater, since that is where you left all your shit.
We saved him.
Dub.
We sent those people to see the god they like so much.
That's true.
And the panoramic shot of the wagon going into the sunset as it was heading towards evening. So thank you everyone for joining us for episode 4 of Hard Knock Dice's campaign, Blood and Silver. We're going to go ahead and get these announcements going. First and foremost, as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. I'm having a great time. Not an elegant time, but definitely a great time. And be sure and give someone to go ahead and drop the link to Extra Life Charity. Give it a look. Atlanta Children's Healthcare. I've already forgotten briefly, but not Atlanta Children's Hospital, as has been said so many times incorrectly in the past.
Said what I was told to say, man.
But if you click the link, I'm sure it will have all of the important and correct information. Children's Hospital of Atlanta. There we go. I was wrong both times. Or Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. There we go. Just click the link. It's got the correct information.
You're helping kids.
You're helping kids. There's no wrong way to do that. Before we get out of here, we are going to be rating Dork Tales, so stick around and give them a peek. We're not the only excellent fantasy story out there. I mean, we might be the best one, but we're not the only one. So we'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Find us on Facebook and on Saturday here at the same place.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Bye.
Yeah.